Alright, so this is the first ever recording of Mead and Mythology. I am with Tucker.
Hello.
And Tyler.
How's it going?
I work with these guys, and I went to high school with these guys. And we're going to get a little drunk and talk a little bit about Mead. There's some dogs in the background. You'll probably hear that.
That's a good name, by the way.
Mead and Mythology?
Yeah, no.
How long did it take you to think of that?
Not very long.
Not very long.
No.
So
I was thinking like...
You said this was kiwi mead?
It's kiwi, yes. I made myself kiwi mead. Too much of it. And it's alright. We're just sipping on it right now.
And what is better than for the uninformed?
Mead is honey wine. So it's a lazy man's wine, pretty much.
It's good.
Yeah, it is divine. It's supposed to be the drink of the gods, and it can get really fucking potent. And I think mine is a lot more potent than it should be, because I put a lot of yeast in it.
Well, I've only had however much that is. It doesn't seem like much, and I can already feel a strong little head buzz going.
It's pretty great.
You've also had 2 beers.
Yeah,
1.5.
1.5. Getting to 2.
But he's Tyler, and he can handle it. We're going to be talking about Odin today in Mead and Mythology, just to set everything off right. I figure I'll let these two say one thing they might know about Odin to start it off with.
Was one of my favorite things about Odin is the whole bit about him cutting out his own eye in the pursuit of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Which that is just that. I mean, it kind of goes down to the base of who Odin is as a person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the all-knowing. It's just all about knowledge and the pursuit of it.
Mm. Well, what was it? Knowledge or wisdom? I mean, I know you're going after the same thing, but is it technically wisdom?
It's supposed to
if
be.
You're going to read a book about it.
It's always said wisdom, but I mean, wisdom and knowledge are kind of one and the same,
Gotcha.
especially in Norse mythology. But
I just don't want you to get called out by some.
No, yeah, definitely.
Somebody who's like, "Hey, fucker, it's wisdom, not knowledge."
The correction. There's probably never going to be a corrections corner in this because I'm a huge asshole and I don't really care what other people think. But,
that just answered the question I was going to add. We can cuss on here, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, this is going to be an. I'm gonna put an
E
label on this podcast for sure.
Cool.
It's Mead and Mythology. I mean, you have to be 21 or older to listen to it off the baseline. Yes, that is true. Odin cut his eye out and gave it to the well of Mimir, who was his uncle, who was a giant. He traveled through Jotunheim. Oh fuck, I might have fucked that up. It's the land of the giants. He goes to the land of the giants and he, talks to Mimir, and Mimir's like, "I want your eye." That's my best Neil Gaiman impression right there. And most of the stories, without even thinking about it, he flings his eye into the well, and then Mimir takes, I have it here, the Galahorn, which is this giant horn, fills it up, and Odin drinks of it, and he gets wisdom. He sees further with his one eye than he ever did with both. The other wine, I just poured them more mead, because we have to have a copious amount of mead on the table to fill with the podcast. This is my favorite fucking winery in all of the Pacific Northwest.
I was going to say, this looks a lot... Not that this
is
good by any means, but this just purely looks alone.
Yeah, it's clear.
It looks more
for the non-visual audience, the mead I poured is a bog water green, and I mean that in the fact that you cannot see all the way through it.
No, it's not.
It's not clear by any means.
I would more describe it as
very full of yeast.
A redneck lemonade.
Yes, yeah.
It looks a lot like lemonade.
Well, and this is good, very tangent, but I heard that the story of pink lemonade is that at a carnival somewhere, they were making lemonade. They were trying to figure out how to make a new type of lemonade. Oh, Jesus, that's not good. Trying to figure out how to make a new type of lemonade. And somehow somebody threw in some used pantyhose into the lemonade, and it got a pink tinge to it. But they didn't have any other kind of lemonade. And it's summertime, and they needed a hot drink or a cold drink for the hot people. So they sold it to them anyways, and it sold off the shelves because it was something different. So they just tried to figure out a different way. That's the nasty way. The other way is that they added cinnamon.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so the nice
those
way is
poor
it's cinnamon,
customers.
right?
God.
Well, it's the fucking before the 1900s.
How long were they drinking tinged bra water?
Well, how long were the people drinking fucking Elisa Lam's body water,
Oh,
body
God.
tea in that fucking hotel? Let's see if this does this again. God damn it. Oh, I didn't hit the X.
Oh,
I
there
need
we
a
go.
sound effects thing.
There we go.
But, and that would have been better if...
You gotta add that
for
in
the nasty
afterwards.
thing.
You gotta have an effects.
I know. Well, no, I'm supposed to...
yeah.
This is all on me
Yeah.
now, dude, and it's terrible. And now I'm gonna be fucking raising so many goddamn children and a dog.
So I think we kind of skipped over Tuck there.
We did. I was hoping
you were going to skip me because
No,
he was saying what I had.
What you
in mind.
knew. Do you know anything else about Odin?
I mean,
or-
yeah. So he's the
Just
head
one
honcho.
thing.
I mean, he's the All Father, right?
Yep,
So
yep.
people who believed in what I mean, it's not heathenism
Pagan.
technically.
Kind of like
pagan.
It's somewhat like
that's
paganism.
what I was looking
So
for.
the origins of Norse mythology, for the most part, like Odin
Yeah.
and those myths, come from Germanic culture. Actually, is what I've learned recently, and that's very interesting. I thought, but so they come from Germanic culture long ago. They were all wrote down actually BC time or AC times.
Okay.
Times like when the Christians had come and taken over. But they stem way further back than even probably Christ, like the belief in Christ, and they spread up north, and like then the other countries just started to identify with him. But yeah,
Gotcha.
he's the All-Father. He is the father of most of the gods, the majority of the gods that pretty much mean a damn. He is an equivalent would be like Zeus.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, so I do like that aspect of him, and that's interesting that it comes from Germany. But it makes sense because I know, like, and I always relate Odin, Thor to like the Viking Age. That's just what I associated with all with, but it's like there were Vikings in Russia, or what, Prussia back then?
Well,
technically,
I mean,
or what was it? It wasn't even known as Russia.
It was like that kind of whole Soviet bloc, and there were
Scandinavia.
Yeah,
okay.
the Russian or the Vikings had a very long stretch, and I mean, they definitely invaded a lot of different cultures. They invaded North America. You know, they were all over the place.
They just seemed like, I think they're known as like a savage people, but I think
there's a lot more civility there than a lot of people let because
they had law.
Even Norse women had way more rights than for centuries to come in a lot of other cultures.
And to that, it's also because the Norse women were fucking warriors half the time.
They would not take any shit.
They were very similar to, in Game of Thrones, the Salt Wives, right? Am I thinking that?
No. The Salt Wives were a little. That was like the.
Wait, assault.
Who are the
or
ones?
Like, the Iron Islands. You're looking for the Bear Island, the Bear Ladies.
Yeah, those are the ones that fucked them
the
up.
Mormonts.
Yeah, the Mormonts. Yeah, because their men were always gone.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking other women. Goddamn Jorah.
Right, goddamn Jorah. No,
Anyways,
but,
yes, he is the All-Father. What were you
one thing I wanted to add to like my bit is not a lot of people remember or know that is when he stabbed his eye out to gain knowledge, he also hung from Yggdrasil for like 9 days and 9 nights or something like that.
Yep.
And it was like in a living death. He didn't die, but he just hung there in a state in between.
So
hung as in like he was
actually
in like a noose, or he was just
he hung
like,
him. Well, yeah, he hung himself. So
doing some pull-ups.
Odin
occasionally.
sacrifices himself to himself for the great knowledge. He hangs himself from Yggdrasil for 9 days and 9 nights after being stabbed in the side by a spear.
Which
sound familiar?
So yeah, not unlike Jesus Christ. I was just gonna say, he
fucking
sacrificed
loser
himself
asshole, gonna take everybody's ideas. That's gonna be my
7 days,
stance
7 nights
on about this podcast. I've heard enough about history to know he's a little bit of a sham. There's enough. Yeah. There's about the same
seems
amount.
A bit overhyped.
There's enough. Like if you really look into it, there's the same historical proof of Jesus Christ as Dracula. And I mean that isn't like Vlad Tepes, the dude that impaled all those people. There's like 4 or 5 documents.
The Impaler actually has like there's
a
historical
handful of documents signed by his hand, by his hand.
Yeah.
There's 3 documents that say Jesus, kind of like Jesus Christ, essentially talking about him, and they're Roman documents. Dude, the Romans kept documents on everybody they fucking killed. They killed people in really fucked up ways. And if they killed somebody who claimed to be the son of God after making a bunch of water into wine by burning him and stabbing him in the side, and then he came back after 3 days and a bunch of 12 dudes had a party with him, I feel like somebody would have jotted that down. They wrote down bullshit. They would have wrote down that.
Especially a man of his supposed importance.
Yes,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? Yeah, it seems like did that just get brushed under the rug, or
just a few years back they found some it was not the equivalent of a knock joke, but it was a very poorly worded joke. It wasn't a good joke, but it was written in ancient dialect, carved onto a tablet, and it's just somebody thought that was worthwhile carving into stone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
something we're not going to document the fucking birth of a lord. And even if it was 12 people, even if there was only 12 of those guys, one of them would have been like, yo, guys, I'm going to peace out. I'm going to have my own family, and we're going to set this stuff up right. And this is another thing. Muhammad. Definite proof that dude existed. There was a guy named Muhammad who started Islam. That stuff is good. Okay, I don't even think I said the name of the winery. We're getting on another goofy tangent. Honeywood, it's an Oregon-based winery. Honeywood Winery.
You gotta try it.
It's
Oregon,
the best fucking shit. It's so good. It's like drinking juice. We're drinking the blackberry right now. We also are going to drink the other normal mead. It's like drinking a jar of jam. It's so good.
It honestly just reminded me of a tastier fucking...
Oh, that's delicious.
It's dangerous. It's really dangerous.
Capri Sun.
Yeah, it's dangerous to drink. Mm-hmm. I bought a few bottles, and I'm worried about myself.
Well, it's got to be healthier, not that it's...
Healthy. Oh, it's not. I don't think it's
healthy in any means, but yeah, I'm saying, that's better than Coors Light.
Yeah. Well, not much
if you had
a cold Coors Light there, man.
Brewed cold package.
Yo, dude, he's got that fucking blue mountains, man.
Never seen the mountains so blue.
So, he's got 2... ravens that give him all of the secrets of the fucking world, essentially. These are his eyes and ears throughout everything. It's thought and memory. His brothers are V and Ve. With his brothers, he fights giants before anything ever existed. And I should have looked up that fucking giant's name that they killed.
It's something that's YMI.
I know, it's something really
Ymir.
weird. Yeah, it's like Mimir. It might be Ymir. It is, I believe it's Ymir.
I believe that's how they would have pronounced the Y in that setting, is Ymir.
They kill him, they use his body for earth, and they use his bones for the mountains, and they use his blood for the water. Something crazy like that.
And I think it even goes deeper than just the earth. I think it's the whole universe.
Oh yeah, no, they use his eyes as they make his eyes into the sky, I'm pretty sure. And it's incredible how a lot of that a lot of that similar mythology translates into other mythologies. So in Egyptian mythology, I was hearing that I think it's Re. Ooh, that might not be right. Or it's Horus. It's either Re or Horus. I'm pretty sure it's Horus, actually. Horus, his eyes are the sky. His eyes are the sun and the moon, and the reason why the moon is
Horus is the heron god, unless I'm mistaken.
Well, he's the one with... He is Osiris's son that Osiris has after Osiris dies.
I don't know. A lot of my...
Egyptian mythology is
I think I'm knowledgeable
very
about
crazy.
Egyptian mythology, but I only know what I learned in high school and then what I've played through Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, yeah.
So, and who knows how actual true that is, but I trust them, and they do try to get some historical facts right, but it's still a video game. That's not
from what I heard
to be trusted
on this book that I'm reading, it's this Great Courses book. Yeah, Horus is the son of Osiris, and his eyes are the sun and the moon. His right eye, I'm pretty sure, is the moon, and it got gouged out. So that's another trope where another person gets their eye gouged out.
Well, if you look across, not even just the mainstream, if you will, religions, it's every religion. There's some similarities.
Oh yeah, totally.
Every single one, and it goes down to the smallest details you don't even think about.
Mm-hmm. Well, they all definitely were influenced by each other.
There is
whether Christians will admit it or not. A lot. I mean, Christmas, Easter, all of that. There's so another thing I actually kind of know. There is an actual god It's spelled like Eaoster. I'm probably wrong on that, but it's something similar. But so that's the god of fertility.
Yes, Easter.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
And
no,
that's
you're
supposed to
totally
be-
right. If you watch American Gods is so fucking great.
Terrific
Yeah.
series on Stars.
Yep, the actress that plays the goddess of Easter, I don't know her name right now, and I
Yeah.
should look it up because we all have fucking computers all around us. She is fantastic, and that show fucking kills it.
Every single character in that show just
Well
holds
played.
it so down.
The CGI is good.
Dead wife.
Oh, Dead Wife is good. And motherfucking Wednesday. Okay, so here are two major things that we get from I believe Christianity mostly. And definitely, I mean, one of them is definitely from Christianity. The other is a sect of our lives completely that I can attribute to just the idea of Christianity being in our lives completely now. So, Wednesday. Wednesday is Woden's day. Woden is Odin.
Yeah.
And to also further that, Tuesday, Tyr. Tyr is another god who is Odin's son. He is Tuesday. Thursday is Thursday.
Yeah.
Friday is
Frigg.
Frigg or
I thought
Freya. It's one of
okay.
the other
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those two. And that is either one of the Vanir who sometimes, I think it's in Marvel mythology, she has the sons with Odin.
Yeah.
But in actual mythology, it's Frigg that Odin has. Odin has sons with Frigg. Hod, who is blind, and he's really fucking important. Hermod, who is also very important, but not nearly as important as Hod, or Balder, who is probably the most...
Balder is a very...
Balder is
yeah.
extremely... Like, it would go probably top is Thor, because Thor is like the leader of Odin's armies, essentially.
He's the poster
most-
child.
He's
He's
yeah.
the poster child of Norse mythology.
Yep.
Well,
he's the
even
essential
without the
Viking.
Marvel movies, I still think Thor is just
he's
the
always been
most
famous.
well-known.
He's always been famous. He's
yeah.
the most well-known. There are there are a lot of sects of the religions that would follow Norse mythology even after Christianity, that would just identify with Thor because he's so strong, you know? And I mean, you see everywhere, fucking people come into the restaurant today with long goofy hair and a Thor pendant still, because the idea of that Thor pendant is that if you're wearing that Thor pendant, at any time you could rip that motherfucker off your chest and be goddamn Thor. Like, that thing is supposed to be able to change size into Thor's hammer. That's what Thor's hammer actually could do. It could shrink down to pendant size and he'd wear it on his neck.
Yeah.
And so if I've got it right, like they relate Thor's Thor's like when like he's striking his anvil and that's like lightning coming down, right? Like that's what they associate that with, like Thor is angry, like when you've got like back in the day,
Thor and
terrible
lightning,
storm.
Exactly.
Well,
so Thor and lightning.
To go
It's
off
not
of
so
that,
much.
As I understood it, it's very much so a 50-50 thing. He could be entirely pleased with something that's happening, or he could be very angry.
It's all...
And that was their whole life, right?
Yeah.
Is just pleasing
With
and
gods.
Amusing the gods. Like
to
they
the most
were
part,
pawns, essentially,
it was survival and then pleasing and amusing the gods. But that's what's great about... Okay, so like... To be fair, Greek mythology is a bunch of hogwash because they probably believed that those assholes lived during their times. Norse mythology recognized that Ragnarok had came. That there was an end to the gods, and the gods do not exist
Which
anymore.
Ragnarok
the gods
is by far the most
themselves.
interesting thing about
It
Norse
is super,
mythology.
super
to me. Just all the events that take place.
And that lead up to it.
Especially them knowing that they're going to lose.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Like the outcome
At
is going
some
to be
point
dim.
we do have to talk about Thor Ragnarok. And I was a little bit I was very excited to see that is it Fenrir the wolf?
Fenrir. Oh yeah, they had
very excited to see the wolf was in that, the giant wolf that's supposedly supposed to kill Thor.
Kill Odin. No, see what happens
Odin.
is so the actual mythology, and Odin, see the thing about Odin, and that's why the main goal of this podcast that I'm going to try and convince both of you, and maybe you believe it already, Odin is just as shady, if not more shady than Loki. He's a trickstery little bastard, and if he has forethought, he has foresight.
It makes sense. He is the All-Father.
He's the
all-encompassing powers. If he has children, and they seem to only have one or two of his powers, then, you know, it makes sense that Odin has all of them, and it seems to make sense that
it's
Odin's
not even
kind of a shady guy.
He's super shady. He's always looking for knowledge. He's always looking for the better hand for his people, essentially. So
he stabbed his own eye out and hung for 9 days in the pursuit of knowledge.
And
how far will he go?
Exactly. That could be seen as like good, but like so
Because he's only hurting himself there,
Exactly.
sure, but...
So Fenrir. I think it's Fenris.
Fenrir.
Is it
I believe.
I'm
it's
gonna look this up. I'm actually gonna look this up. I'm gonna do it. There we go.
Is there a bar towel?
There's a hand towel in the bathroom. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Alright.
It's not if it's really bothering you.
No, it doesn't bother me. I'm just...
No. So Fenris Wolf. I think it's Fenris.
That sounds familiar
Seems like
too.
Weird. I mean, not weird, but
It's
that just
one or
doesn't
the
sound
other.
like a name.
Fenris!
Even
Okay.
Fenris. Maybe that's just accepting it because enough people are
Yeah.
stupid. No. Yep, Fenris Wolf. It's Fenris.
Hold on, just type in Fenrir for me.
It's
Just
gonna
to
be
see-
like,
just-
you
yeah,
just to
fucking,
see how wrong.
spell
I am.
you
Fenrir.
fucking idiot. Why would you ever? No, it just
Yeah.
says Fenris.
Okay.
No, wait. Hulk versus Fenrir.
Okay, so maybe I was just like going off of the movie, which I had seen more recently than
Norse
discuss
mythology,
this stuff.
giant fucking. Maybe
But
it is.
anyways, to my point, I was very happy
Okay.
that they
Yeah,
included
Fenrir.
the wolf. I was disappointed that they didn't include the giant serpent that's supposed to... Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay.
a big
so
part
here's,
of Ragnarok.
and this is what I was going to get into. So we have the days of the week. That's a way we celebrate Norse mythology through a slight of
Yeah.
Christianity. Whether Christianity will admit it or not, whether anybody's going to fucking fuck all the goddamn haters that are going to email me bullshit right now. We get the goddamn days of the week mostly through Christian bullshit. Like mostly through the fact that Christianity is Christianity and Catholicism is the dominant religions. And those are...
Even look at our calendar, the months of the year. It used to be a 10-month year.
Well, and it's...
July and August got added when Julius Caesar was in power, and he added July, Julius, and August for Augustus, his cousin. And that's when we got on the 12 months. And
Interesting.
yeah,
I had no idea.
yeah, no, the more you know.
Yeah. I mean, 10 does seem like a more
Easy.
Reasonable.
easier number,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Why 12? I mean, 12 is still...
Because Julius
yeah.
Caesar just felt a little cocky and full of himself. Well, we all know.
Yeah, jackass.
Yeah.
We all know what happened to that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's one way is the days of the week.
Okay, never mind. It has nothing to do with.
No,
that.
you
no,
can say it.
no.
No, say it. Say
No,
it. Say it
no,
before
you
you
got-
get my
you
other
can't-
thing.
you
Crazy
start it up.
jackasses. Florida is putting a bill in to get rid of daylight savings time.
Okay. Yeah, that's... So, okay. Yes. They're
Crazy.
Florida is fucking crazy. I heard something about Florida, though. One of the things about Florida that we always see, Florida the man does this. Did you know that the Florida... Like, it is legal for Florida to get more information from prosecutors and police officers than any other state. Florida reporters and everything.
Like,
Really?
are you saying
That's why,
like-
their citizens
like-
have the right to information
To that
other
information,
state
way
citizens
more.
don't have?
Way more. That's why they have those crazy stories.
That's why we see those bits.
Because there's 1,000 motherfuckers who literally stab themselves to death in Spokane.
You know,
Yo, man. I watched a dude walk into the Northwest Boulevard Safeway the other day with a fucking machete. That happened. That was a thing. I don't
Was
know.
that-
I'm betting he was just buying
No, it wasn't.
oranges.
It wasn't bad vibes. No,
Yeah, I
Sean,
mean, 'cause
like,
how-
he has a katana.
Yeah, no, and I know. I
How
would have
many
known Sean.
people
I know Sean.
in
Sean
Spokane
was
walk around
fucking
with
shady
swords?
with me the other day, dude. Sean came in the grill and he was like, "Yeah, tell the other guy that I said like thanks for everything. What's
yeah.
up?" And I was like,
I didn't forget about him.
and I wanted to be like, "Do you mean me? Do you happen to mean
Yeah.
me? Because I'm the guy who usually leaves you shit and does stuff for you too. Like, I'm not one of the. I don't leave you out. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I just can't have you clean up my fucking parking lot every goddamn day. Like, you have a katana with you, dude.
Yeah.
You literally look like a fucking Afro samurai
If anything,
extra.
you are like...
if you're weirding me out, you're weirding our customers
yeah,
out.
exactly.
And that's
Yeah,
a
you
problem
are
in
keeping
business.
business
if
away.
you
Because
slightly
I
make
drove
me
in there one
uncomfortable-
day on my day off, and I just saw some dude, and I knew what he was doing because he was picking up the parking lot, but he had a giant machete on his, or a katana on his back. I was like, this is not a good look.
When I first saw
This is
him,
not
I
a
was
good
very
look.
hesitant.
Even
And he had
for
that
Monroe
crazy-ass
standards,
girl with him.
yeah.
I'm realizing the Mead is making us drift off of mythology.
It is a little bit. That's
Who
what I was
cares?
trying to get back into again.
We've got like one solid minute per 10 minutes of,
Yeah, we've got
of content.
we've been on there for a
That's
while.
all the listeners really want.
Was there another
They want
really
entertainment more than anything.
interesting thing about Odin to me? Is the horse he sometimes travels on?
Sleipnir. That's what I was going to tell you.
8-legged horse.
So, do you know how
Badass.
do you know
Eight
who
legs.
Do you know whose lineage Sleipnir comes from? Where Sleipnir comes from?
That's really all I know about him. It's just
Dang.
like a horse that should be a spider.
So let me tell you, first off, so we got the days of the week. What's the other way that we celebrate the Norse gods all the time? Oh, fuck. I had it. And it is straight up from... Oh, hell! Hell!
Oh, yeah.
We believe in hell.
Oh, yeah.
But
hell never
existed.
existed.
It was with, she spells it with one L, right?
She does.
Yeah.
But it's still... We changed that slightly, but it's
was
the
that,
same
was that
exact
a one
thing.
upping by the Christians? Like, we're gonna put
Right,
two
yeah.
L. Like we like
Double
what you,
hockey
we
sticks,
love what you did with
motherfuckers.
the name, but we're gonna add in an extra L.
Yeah, exactly. We know that there's 2 hockey sticks on every fucking
And
ice
to be
rink.
honest, that could have just been a pure
English
language
spelling. Yeah,
translation.
Well, because
I'm gonna
I'm
blame
sure they
it
spell
on
it
the
hell,
one-uppers
and it's also
And
spelled.
that they're assholes.
Other people pronounce it hella. It's also pronounced hella in some incantations. So that's one other way. Hell never existed before they indoctrined the Norse mythology. Before that was part of their belief system.
Which is a little
Hell
strange
and
because
Satan were never a part of their belief.
it's a little strange
They just had
to me
purgatory.
that's because I believe you when you say that. It's a little strange to me though because like when you look at like Greek mythology, Hades.
Tartarus.
Hades is kind of like he's
They've
just
always
the
had the
keeper of the
underworld.
underworld.
The
Yeah,
underworld
But
exists.
the
and it's-
underworld is not ever defined as heaven or hell.
It's
It's
just
just
where-
purely where you go when
there
you're
is
dead.
no.
Well, they
heaven
definitely
or hell.
portray it in
every-
the way that any
They
person nowadays
portray
would
it.
imagine.
Yes, they
fiery.
They don't portray it
They
as
never-
a pleasant place.
They
though.
never
That's
portray
the
it as a
thing.
pleasant place, but that's also the thing. In Greek mythology, it's just that's what happens to you after you die. You have to accept that. You could potentially ascend to being a god through doing great things, but you'd have to go through Heracles' efforts. Not Hercules, Heracles, because that's what I fucking say. Tucker's got the fucking shit-eating grin like, no, it's
okay.
Hercules.
Is that a completely different word, or are you just pronouncing Hercules?
It's pronounced Hercules.
Yeah.
In our modern, they
Yeah.
would have, and they would have pronounced it Heracles. No, they probably would have not. By the way, so this is another
I
stupid
thought the
tangent.
French would have said it.
If you were Greek, Tyler, your name would be Tylonius. Am I wrong?
So my
Tylonius.
fun little fact: my
Yeah,
my
I
landlord
can
right
see
now, her name is Angelica. She is
Well, that's
Greek,
an awful name.
and she came through the grill the other day with her son. Her son's a total fucking nerd, man. So real quick, he created this app called Smashpad. It's an app you can download it on, I believe, iPhone,
Records
Android, everything.
your Sex.
Probably. This kid seemed like a boy.
Hey, I'm just looking for.
He's
I'm
like-
just looking for a pad I can smash at. Are you available between the hours of 2 and 3 p.m.?
It has every single Smash Bros. Game with every single character's moves or like attacks frame by frame, and it has like stats for who's the best player in your state,
So
in your
he's
country. And
definitely not
if
getting
there's-
laid.
Oh, you can tell that, but just looking at this. I mean, I don't need to talk shit about this kid. He's very nice, but
Oh,
like,
we're being mean.
he's yeah. No, I'm being me. He's
No, I'm being mean.
he's he's a goddamn nerd in the best way, but like super intelligent.
Goddamn nerd. Now, well, okay, so what kind of is he like a nerd that probably doesn't have any
So
friends,
is-
or is he
is-
like
he's
he's
not
just
a
a very
nerd,
like
he's a geek.
intellectual knowledge?
Ooh, no,
He's
that's
not
different.
a nerd. He's a geek.
Nerds like a lot of things. Geeks are really smart.
I want to say that we're probably all definitely nerds.
We're all
we are
nerds about
definitely
something.
in a room drinking.
Everybody's a nerd about something.
Wine,
Everybody's a nerd
talking
about something.
Yeah, so yeah, I've got no beef with nerds because we are all nerds.
But geeks are incredibly smart. That's the thing I would distinctly
that's,
draw the line
difference.
with. Because who are you gonna call? Nerd Herd or Geek Squad?
Geek Squad's just got a better
Ring
ring
to
it. I
it,
mean,
you know?
if the nerds could come up with a catchier
Here's the other issue.
business
Geek
name,
Squad. Squads are organized. Nerd Herd. That's a bunch of fucking
Herds, yeah.
sheep, dude.
Yeah.
You got
There's-
idiots
yeah.
goddamn working on
I
you.
don't
There's like
Yeah.
5 people
No, yeah,
taking care of
exactly.
them. Running
Yeah,
around.
yeah, you've literally got a German Shepherd
No,
running
that's the
around
point,
like,
yeah.
no.
But they're no.
All right,
the,
all right.
the nerds need to figure their shit
They
out.
do.
The geeks got it. Because they're just
Well-
far superior. They're more knowledgeable.
But no, it's got like if anybody's streaming a competition for Smash Bros, it's got it on that app. It's got the best players like for each character, everything. It's got everything Smash Bros, and it's a free app right now.
So we should download it so that way you get some fucking
I'm just putting it out there for anybody who is listening that's interested in Smash Bros. But yeah, no, this kid's a goddamn genius. But to get back to my point from before, the Greek landlady, she's looking at me. She's just really just staring me down. It's like, I'm sorry, are you about to evict me? Like while I'm at work? And I didn't say that to her obviously, but you look Greek. And I was working with Demetrius,
you got that curly
and she looks at Demetrius, and
oh, is she talking to him?
No, she looking at me saying that, you've got the Greek name, but he really looks Greek, and just starts tapping her son on the chest. He's getting down on his food at this point, like
ready for it.
Yeah, no, he's eating hard, and doesn't he? He's just like, God damn it, Mom! Like, why are you making me judge this man?
Right, like I'm done with you. Okay, so back to the point. Sleipnir.
Yes, the horse.
The horse.
horse.
Loki is Odin's cousin, not Odin's adopted son. Because Loki has giant's blood in him.
Wait, Odin's cousin?
Yep.
Okay, so he's
because
really...
his father is Bor.
So
Odin's father is Bor.
Thor's uncle?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Well, uncle, like cousin second removed, somewhat.
Okay.
So yeah, Odin's dad is Bor. Loki's father is a giant. Sleipnir's mother is Loki.
Okay.
Because Loki disguises himself as a horse.
Wait, Sleipnir's mother?
Mother is Loki.
What the fuck? Loki's up to some shady shit.
Loki disguises himself as a female horse to trick a giant's horse into not helping him complete the wall for the gods.
Mm-hmm.
So he fucks this horse.
Which is Loki.
Loki fucks the horse, dude.
Okay, gotcha.
Loki fucks a horse! He's a horse fucker!
Hold on. You're getting that a little bit backwards. A horse fucks Loki.
No, dude, he fucks the horse.
Sorry, I thought you said Loki was the horse mother.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean shit, man. Have you never been fucked by a woman? Think about that.
I don't want to
think about that. Yo, I'm gonna say a name, but I'm not gonna say a name. I'm just gonna look at you right. You've been fucked by a woman.
Yeah.
So okay, well, I want what is Loki's, because he's the trickster god, right? But he's like he's always up to something. What is his what's his agenda? Like, does he want world dominance? What is his beef with?
And I heard this best from Neil. I think it was Neil Gaiman that said Loki is not a villain, but he is always up to something. And he at one point Loki takes Frey's hair, or not Frey. He takes what's her face? He takes Thor's wife. Ooh, son of a bitch. I can't remember her name. He takes Thor's wife's hair, and he completely shaves her bald, makes it so that she has to get a super awesome wig. But in doing so, he gives the gods Gleipnir. I believe it's called Gleipnir. That's not right. Draupnir. He gets the gods Draupnir. He gets the gods Gungnir, I believe. He gets the gods. He gets the gods also.
Actually the spear that stabbed him.
Well, that's Odin's spear. Yes. So Gungnir is Odin's spear. Draupnir is the armband that drips 9 new armbands every week. I think it's like every week or every few days.
Mm-hmm.
They also got just a bunch of dope shit, and they got Mjolnir. Mjolnir came out of that deal. So Loki is a trickster god, but pretty much everything he does reaps rewards. So he's essentially like always the antagonist in a fucking cartoon, because every cartoon has that guy that's like starting shit, but always has to fix it.
Okay.
So Loki. So this is how I know that Odin's a fuck. Odin is a god that can see way better with his one eye than anybody could ever see with both eyes. So this giant comes to Asgard and is like, "Yo, Asgard, I'll bid you a wall." And they're like, "We need a fucking wall."
That would be really awesome.
Yeah.
How convenient of you to ask. We were just talking about
They were literally just talking about getting a wall. So they were like, "Yeah, dude, Thor's gone. We need a protector. But we need a wall.
Yeah.
Build us a wall." He's like, I'll build you a fucking wall not even an ant can get through. And they're like, what is that supposed to mean? He's like, so tight!
What is an
so
ant?
tight that not even an ant can get... Yeah, what the fuck is an ant,
Yeah.
dude? We live in Germany.
We don't care,
what
man.
The fuck?
Just build us
We
a
don't-
wall.
we don't need to protect
Little do we
against
know
ants.
that, like, ants
I don't care
originated
how you're gonna
from
build
Germany.
a wall. Just build a wall.
Yeah, they were just like, build the fucking wall.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'll agree to build the wall. You agree to let me build the wall? I'll tell you my price after you fucking agree to let me build the wall. Pounds his chest a little bit. So he does that. And they're like, yeah, for sure. What's your price? And he's like, I got you, dicks. I want the moon, I want the sun, and I want Freya, who is the hottest of all of you. And they're like, dude, you got us by the balls. You got us by the fucking balls right now. God damn it. And they're like, fine, but you got to agree to this. Instead of getting 3 seasons, you get 1, dickhead. And he's like, fine, cool. And they're like, there's no way he's gonna do it. Next day, he comes back with more fucking rocks than they could have ever imagined. They're like, holy shit! What the fuck? And Loki's like, dudes, chill. Because Loki the entire time was like, let's do this. Fucking, long story short, last day of the goddamn season comes, and he's 1 load away from finishing. So morning comes, and Loki, in horse form, goes and is like, super fucking teasy, and like teases the living dick off of the goddamn horse that the dude was using.
Yeah.
So he's pissed. Like, imagine if you were trying to get your dog to help you to do something,
Yeah.
and he ran the fuck off, and you were just stuck cleaning like piles of shit or something, and you're like, oh, Franco! Like, oh, you son of a bitch! So, like, yeah, his horse runs off to fuck some strange. And he's gotta fucking haul this cart by himself. So he hauls half the load he would. And the gods are like, bitch, you didn't even finish the fucking job. What the fuck? And he's like, roar! Like, freaks the fuck out. Turns into a goddamn mountain giant.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and he's gonna fuck him up. Thor comes right at that time and kills his ass.
Ooh.
And then 9 months later, Loki appears with a goddamn 8-legged horse called Sleipnir, and Odin's like, mine. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Later down the line, he eventually... Oh, this is so fucked up, I don't even know if I should totally say it. Loki is told by a dead fucking giantess that... Or Odin is told by a dead giantess that Loki will be a trickstery fuck, and you will have him bound up. And Odin's like, we don't have Loki bound up. That's really weird that she would say that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lock Loki up. So you'd think he would just lock Loki up, right? No, he doesn't just lock Loki up. He fucking murders his son with his other son. He turns one of his sons into a wolf. His son kills his brother.
Oh, God.
So that he takes the intestines and ties Loki up, and then puts a serpent over Loki to drip poison into his mouth.
They didn't have any rope laying around?
No, he
Back
chose to
then?
use the fucking intestines, dude. He
Oh my
chose to
God.
use the intestines. So then fucking his actual wife has to then sit there and hold this bowl there. It's fucking crazy.
That's savage.
It's super savage. So, other things about Odin. He's a wind god. He's the god of death for them. He's also a war god.
I mean,
he's
how unpractical. They had to have had rope or
Right?
some
Oh,
twine
dude.
or some
Well, they-
cloth.
yo, they
you
had
know,
so
like,
much shit.
fuck,
No, they
you're
had so
wasting
much
a perfectly good wolf and all of his intestines. I mean,
No.
coulda-
They didn't use the wolf's intestines. They used the son that the wolf killed, because the
Oh,
wolf runs
gotcha.
off. So the son, Odin has 2 sons that are Aesir with an Aesir wife. I'm sorry. God damn, I suck so fucking bad. Loki has 2 sons that are Aesir. Odin turns one of those bastards into a fucking wolf.
Okay.
That wolf kills his brother. They take that dead child's... Not child, it's a grown individual.
Yeah.
But it's Loki's kid. They take his fucking intestines and tie Loki up with it. Loki is bound with his own son's intestines. And then his wife has to sit there and hold a bowl and then empty it out every few days because it's filling with poison.
Yeah.
So he's a wind god, he's a death god, he's their god of war. He's also got over 170 names, which is fucking intense.
It's like 168 too many.
Mm-hmm. His son's with Frigg. I already said it's Hod, who's blind, Hermod, who's kind of dope, and Balder, who is their sun god. Balder dies by Hod's hand pretty much because Loki's a cunt. So Balder is deemed invincible. Frigg makes him so, but she's like, mistletoe's nothing. Mistletoe will never hurt you. So Loki makes a spear out of mistletoe, gives it to Hod, and is like, throw it, dude. Just throw it. I'm pointing you in a cool direction. Throw it. Hod throws it, and it kills Balder. And, like, all the gods are like, oh, fuck. Like, they have this huge fucking funeral. Hermod is sent to Hell to get Balder, and everything must weep for Balder for this to happen. Loki takes the form of an old crone and doesn't weep for Balder. Balder never comes back. In that time, Draupnir is sent. Draupnir's that armband. That's just to show kind of significance for that armband. Alright, so Mimir's Well. Odin goes to Mimir's Well, like you were saying. Travels through Giant's Country. He always travels as the Wanderer. You'll find this fucking interesting. You probably will too. Tolkien styled Gandalf after
the super wide brim hat. Yeah,
he styled him completely after Odin as the Wanderer. Like Odin as the Wanderer is Gandalf essentially, and especially because Odin dies.
The only difference is the eye patch, obviously, because Gandalf has both of his eyes.
Yes,
but
But as the Wanderer, Odin has both eyes. Do you want some more of my mead?
Yeah. I would love some more.
Odin has both eyes. Oh, you also need to try just their mead. This is just their normal mead from Honeywood. It's really good. It's like drinking honey. Odin has both eyes as the Wanderer. He also works as Bolverker, which means worker of bad things. And I'll tell you that story in a minute. That's the mead of poetry. It's like drinking honey.
Have you came across any, to get off topic completely?
Any other meads?
No, any carbonated mead.
There is one, it's another Oregon-based, and it's actually really good. They have one that's a juniper berry, and it's pretty good, and I think the other one is a raspberry, and it's about 12%.
Every time my old roommate Derek used to come back from Renton, Washington, he would always bring back a couple bottles of wine and 1 or 2 bottles of mead. And one of the best meads he ever brought back was elderberry.
Oh, they make that here in Spokane.
Yeah, elderberry.
Out near
Very
Greenbluff.
good.
I don't know what
elderberry.
it's called.
It's Hyphery or something like that.
Something. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, they do make an elderberry one.
And I know he bought it specifically for the label because it had
is it the
typical
Viking
Odin or
it's
Viking
Hidden
face
Valley or
with,
Hidden Legends? Hidden Legends. Hidden Legends is the other winery that I do like a lot. Their bottles are a little bit more expensive. I've never had their Huckleberry, but I really want to try it.
You can't go wrong with Huckleberry.
No,
Huckleberry's always good.
Their stuff is really good. It's a little bit more dry, and that's why I like Honeywood stuff, because everything I've ever had from Honeywood is more of a dessert wine. It's super sweet, and I like sweet because I have a sweet palate. I don't mind dry things, and I will say, dude, if anybody drinks Honeywood and is like, you think this is dry, or not Honeywood, but Hidden Legends, and they're like, you think this is dry? Yeah, I think that's a little dry in comparison to this stuff, because this is like drinking juice, that's like drinking an actual wine.
I don't mind drinking dry.
I like dry stuff,
but it's not my go-to.
No, I can
always
take
it,
sweet.
but
I will always take sweet.
I
don't mind, it's just not... When I'm looking for that flavor, I'm looking for something more robustly sweet.
Yeah, Ian and Brad always give us shit when, more specifically me, because I like drinking sours and more tart beers and stuff. And hey, can I have a sip? And so they try a little sip. I don't know how you drink it, man. It's way too sweet. It would when you were a kid. When you were a kid, you would never say that anything that you ever if it was sweet oh man, these sweet tarts are just
too sweet.
Too sweet. Oh, those Skittles are too sweet. Whoa, there's too much sugar in this candy that I'm eating.
To be fair, I've definitely coated some things with too much sugar and made myself borderline diabetic.
As far as candies and you know what I mean? You buy Starburst because they're sweet, right? You buy this or that because it's sweet. Yeah, I think it's funny how they oh man, that tastes like strawberries. Gross. I want something that makes me want to throw up.
Well, and it's why would you want it? Why do you need a
IPA and I like IPAs, but they are not as enjoyable.
This is just as enjoyable as anything else. Gets me just as fucked up. So, cheers to that.
Cheers.
Anyways, so Mimir's well. He gets the Gallo horn. So eventually Mimir dies because the Vanir. There's a Vanir and then there's the Aesir. The Aesir are the Asgardians. The Vanir are like another race of people that are also dope as fuck. They kill Mimir eventually. After Odin goes to Mimir and gets all of his knowledge and everything, they eventually kill Mimir. And in that time, Mimir gives, in a way, Odin the Gallahorn, and he gives that to Heimdall, and Heimdall is supposed to blow the Gallahorn at Ragnarok when everything ends, right? So, Odin takes Mimir's head after he dies. He, like, rubs some shit on it. He does some crazy stuff to fucking keep it alive and preserve all the knowledge. He gets as much information as he can from it. He takes it back to the well and he drops it back into the well. Mimir is his uncle through relation to his mother. That's Besla. Odin has other names like the Blindin, which is the blind god. Mimir's well feeds Yggdrasil, so that's where, like, if you want some relation to where everything is, Mimir's well is at the base of Yggdrasil.
Okay.
So he has to travel down Yggdrasil to get to there.
Yeah. So Yggdrasil is like the tree of life. Is it is it like the center of the universe?
Yep,
is that
it's the
where
center
it's
of the
supposed
universe.
to be? Okay.
And what's really interesting, and this is just me being super goofy and stoned, but whenever I've looked at, like, pictures of the universe and, like, the known universe and shit, it's in, like, almost a tree shape, like a tree form. Whenever you see, like, that super, I don't know what it's fucking called, but whenever you see that kind of stuff, it's got, like, almost a root structure throughout it. It looks like super clusters or, like, kind of shit.
Yeah.
So Mimir's well feeds Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil is a world's ash. I believe this is how you spell Yggdrasil. Yggdrassil. Yggdrasil. It's just fucking intense.
See, the way I always heard it was YGG.
It's got a lot of Y's and a lot of G's. I know that.
That goes for almost any name for anything in Norse
There's
mythology.
So many
it just
spellings.
gets into just...
Well, Odin, Woden, Vodin, they all have different...
It gets into just the most repetitive letters and just... It's very tough to know what you're trying to pronounce.
Mm-hmm.
It's better to just go into it knowing that you're going to pronounce it wrong.
Nice, we're at like 46 minutes so far.
Cruising.
Pretty good.
Oh, god damn it. It's goth, apparently.
I feel like we've hit a little bit of a lull. Should we maybe hit pause, take a dab,
yes,
take a little
that is
break?
A great idea, Tyler. Alright. So, we are back to Mead and Mythology. We took a slight pause. I should have played some music during that.
You can edit it.
No, I know. I'm not that good. Wait a minute.
And we're back.
Yeah. Now we're really fucking back. Tucker needs a top off.
I do.
Which one do you need? Do you need this?
I haven't tried the honey. I'll take whatever you give me. But
is this honey? No, I don't think this is the honey. I think this is the raspberry. Yeah. Wow, that's red raspberry for sure.
Yeah, all good stuff though. I've got to say, I'm impressed with all the mead. I didn't think I was gonna be disappointed, but
the Honeywood stuff impressed. Is fucking juice.
And that's out of Oregon.
It's out of Oregon, yes. It's an Oregon-based winery. We are a Pacific Northwest-based podcast. God damn it. Fuck Portland. We're all about Spokane.
I mean, I don't hate Portland so much.
No, I'm not hating on them necessarily.
I'm just pass
saying
judgment.
Everything's hip out of Portland. Why isn't anything hip out of Spokane?
I think things are hip out of Spokane. It's
got needles in it.
I don't know if people from Portland think things from Portland are hip. You know what I mean? Because they're like, no, man, this is just
know what? You know what's cool about Washington that's not cool about Oregon? Washington wasn't ever a state to harbor white supremacists. It was never in our Constitution that we were like, we're cool with white people more so than anybody else. And like, totally Oregon was like that.
That's
Anyways,
listeners, do your research.
They make good wine. We're gonna talk now. Oh fuck! I forgot my other fucking iPod. No, I didn't. Aha! They're too tiny. They are so small. I'm used to iPods being this big,
Right.
not this big. Let's see if I can make this go down here and not like talk over it because it's... Oh, cool. It's not making a noise. Never mind. That was silly. My noisemaker is my iPod, and it's got a fucking ad to it generally. And yeah, it's got a battery to it because I'm fucking lame and I didn't charge this shit before. Because I was herding cats, and if anybody knows what that phrase means, you'd know why I want to fucking half a lobotomy half of my day. Anyways, we're going to be talking about Odin again, and this is the other story that proves to me Odin is one of the fucking shadiest shades in all the land. So, this is the story of the Mead of poetry. Odin is the Aesir, and then there was the Vanir. They were at war with each other for fucking ever, dude. The Aesir are warlike people. Stella!
Well, is this
Stella!
like...
Sorry, I gotta make my dog stop chewing on her paw. Stella, stop chewing on your paw, baby girl.
He was going to town on
Baby girl, you gotta stop that. Roar, I know you're a stinking fucking attention demon.
Well, I think that. Well, is she chewing on it or licking it? Because I think I think they lick on it because there could be.
Wait,
she was chewing.
It's injured.
She usually freaks out with the dog. Anyways.
Well, so okay, you're talking the I already forget the two.
The Mead of poetry? Or what?
No, wait. So you were saying Odin is the.
Odin is the Aesir.
Yeah. Okay,
and then there's the Vanir.
It's just like the Valkyries and the.
No. The Valkyrie are like a sect of the Aesir. The Aesir and the Vanir are, the best way to describe them would be like to describe, they're just two different races of ancient godlike beings, essentially. So the Vanir are the farmers and like the tillers of the land, and then the Aesir are the warlike gods that like just fucking tear shit up, man. It's Thor and Odin, you know, it's the dudes that they tell the stories about that are always in armor and always ready to battle. So they are at battle for fucking ever. It's kind of a stalemate. And they realize that there's no point in fighting without good food, right? You can't fight without fields, man. Yeah. There's no war without wool. Yeah. So they kind of come to a peace. And in this peace, they all fucking spit in a puddle. Because that's what you do.
That's like
right?
The agreement, the pact.
That's what they did. I don't know why they did that. I mean,
does not compute.
It doesn't really make sense to me.
No.
Yeah, like.
But also, that's kind of a cool way of like. I mean, is that where we got the whole like we
spitting
agree on
in your
something?
hand?
Yeah,
ooh,
like
maybe.
like
you know,
the
I never thought
shake?
of that. But goddamn it, again, we worship them every fucking day, every day. Anyways, so yes, I like they spit in this thing, and I think that probably is totally where we get that. When they do that, Odin takes all of that spit and he makes a person out of it. He's like, do, right? Flubbers it. And he fucking, that person is Clausier. Stella girl, stop chewing on your paw.
I think
she's probably got an itch or something. She's just going to town.
Maybe she's got like a sliver or something.
Yeah. To the uninformed that cannot see, I have a pit bull puppy that I found while I was driving through the woods, abandoned. Her name is Aurora Monroe. If you're cool, you know. And then there's Stella, who is a German Shepherd. I think she's a part of the Third Reich. She's chewing on her paw real bad right now. I don't know why.
She's really going to town.
Yeah, she's going to town on it.
Between there. I would do some investigating, but I think I'd probably get a good
No, she's super
stomp
kind.
on the.
No, she's super kind.
Stomp on the old digits.
She'll lick the fuck out of your face like she's doing to Tyler right there.
Yeah.
Stella, you be a good girl.
Man, dog problems. Last winter, Franco, we were on a walk through the park and it was all snowing. It had gotten warm, then it froze over, and we were playing fetch with like a random stick, and he ended up cutting his, like the outside of his paw pad just on some like crusty ice, right? And so we didn't really go on any walks for a few days, and then we would go on a walk again. It would reopen again. It was like for like 2 months, so I had to go buy these specific little doggy shoes that like wrapped around his ankles. And this is after I tried human socks with rubber bands, and it just none of it worked. But yeah, so I spent like $80 on these doggy shoes.
Because you love
that. And at this point, winter is basically over, but I was not going to take the chance of it getting infected. Because, dude, it was a good size cut. Like, I was definitely freaking out for a bit. And I love them.
Thoroughly introduced this. This is your homeboy dog.
Yeah.
Like,
And,
whoa, Rora's a girl. You getting rough. Rora, no need to get rough. Rora, lay down, baby girl. Lay down. Rora. Good.
Yeah, I looked.
girl.
I couldn't see.
I think she's
really
just
wrong.
itching. She's also a neurotic freak. To be fair, she was around when Tank was around. Tank is the dog that I raised pretty much by myself when I was a young kid, and that's not a good call, especially for a mutt that gets hit by 2 cars and attacks 2 porcupines. He was crazier than shit. Oh, you got stuff to say now? Oh, you got stuff to say? Yo, so, to the uninformed again, my girlfriend's pregnant, and Stella knows that, man. Whenever Stella sees Kalina, she rolls up into a ball and goes,
the obvious sign the
fuck
dog
out,
knows that
Yeah,
someone in the room
is
or
goddamn
the general area is
Prego
pregnant.
for Dago. So anyway, so yeah, Classier is made from the spittle of all the gods. Hey, no, none of that. Hey, Rora.
Quit fighting.
Yeah. The dogs are getting rowdy.
Spit aliens
He's a
arising
spit
from
god.
the mud.
Well, so, like, before they even name him, he's Spit God. And then they're like, alright, you're dumb as Spit God. Let's make you the coolest god ever. You're the god of, like, all wisdom and all things intelligent. So he's the smartest god ever. And he's like, as a super wise god, I'm going to take after Odin right here. I'm going to do some wandering. And so
how
goes
did
off,
Odin feel about another god being like
super wise?
the wise god?
He was alright with it. See, so they start off and he's like, hey, Clausier, you know who I am? And he's like, of course I know who you are. You're Odin. You're fucking these other names. He names like 7 goddamn names. He names all this shit. And then he's like, yeah, dude, you're Odin. And I'm fucking Clausier. I'm real wise. I'm gonna go spread some wisdom. And Odin's like, I want you to stay. But that's a pretty dope fucking thing to do. So go spread wisdom. And Clausier spreads wisdom. He teaches fucking humanity so much cool shit. Like, he teaches humanity everything we really needed to know for a little bit. And then these 2 fucking crazy-ass dwarfs. Hey! None of that! Or you're going in your cage, puppy, and you don't want that. Puppy. Come here. Roar.
Oh, holy shit! There's a mouse.
What? Where? Whoa!
Oh no, dude!
Oh, we've got a mouse situation.
Oh, it's going that way. Tyler, let it run out that door. There's a cat that'll get it. I just don't want it in this room at the very fucking least. There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, unless we want one of the dogs to take care of it, and that's a goddamn... Now it's a murder podcast.
See, now it would be nice if we could take phone calls from...
See, my instincts
the
are kicking
listeners
in.
that
I'm
are
gonna.
Your advice on...
Oh,
how to
for
entrap a
everybody to
rat.
know, Tyler has kicked a mouse into oblivion.
I'm gonna get.
Oh god, I don't like... See, and I'm so fucking lame. My first instinct whenever I see a mouse, jump.
Jump off.
Yeah, jump.
That mouse was just strolling along, too. It wasn't like...
Holy
in
shit.
a fast scurry by any means. Like, that mouse has definitely been here before.
This podcast got so much more interesting just now. It turned from Mead and Mythology to Mead, Mythology, and Mice.
And mouse hunting, yeah.
The first fucking episode. I am looking for this mouse as well. Man, I chose...
It's definitely back there.
Oh,
see
dude, it's right on my hub. You see that, Ty?
Oh, I do see it. Yep.
Yo, Ty, you want to be a fucking superhero and go up to my fucking laundry room and grab the grabber?
Yep.
Okay, so we've got a wall. We've got about 12 milk crates stacked in a row of 4, 3 high.
Describe what it is. Do you think that's a decent home theater system?
Yeah. It
Self-made,
is. It's very
self-made by a relatively broke / very in debt idiot.
If you fashion this shelf with the open end of the milk crate, towards the open end of the room, yeah, you've got a lot of shelving space there. So
These
it
are
is a very
not milk crates that I shouldn't have. Let everybody know that. It's not like I shouldn't have these milk crates for any other reason than these milk crates were reasonably got. They were fucking.
I'm not gonna say I
so a
don't
little
want to
tip
grab
for the
the
audience
mouse,
out
but
there,
I just
if
I
you
don't
want
want
to
to.
make
For anybody who doesn't
unit,
understand what's about to
got some
happen,
milk
we need
crates,
to exercise a fucking
or
mouse
just
from
go
my
get some
bedroom.
2x4s or some 2x6s from your local home center. Get a little chop saw. I'm sure your dad's got one, your grandpa, your uncle, and drop some plans.
Oh,
and just fast yourself a little.
Yo, my
You know,
grandpa
get
would have
some
been
nails,
proud. That
get
was a
some
fucking
screws,
worthy
get a
guess.
screw gun. Simple.
So he's
Simple
still
stuff.
there.
Sand
We
it.
can still get him.
160, 220 grit. Put some nice stain on there. And you're
Yeah,
gonna
I just
want
don't have
to
long
get some
enough
really
arms.
nice
I don't
steel
think I do
wool,
either, but I might be able to get
fine
it.
grit
Tuck, you
steel
might be
wool
the
in
fucking-
between each
If you stand
coat
on the
of
chair, you'll be
stain.
able to get him.
You rub it on there, then you restain it, and that's really gonna. You
So
want
it's
about
right
like 4
next
to
to
5
us.
coats of stain, and
Oh,
it
he's so
really
small.
seeps in there.
Oh,
to like you're gonna spill
Where is
water
he?
on it, and it's not gonna soak in the water. So you're welcome. There's $100 worth of advice right there. I just gave all the listeners out there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I have no idea where this mouse is. I'm gonna fucking grab a cat down here and just force it. I'm gonna literally grab all three of my cats.
I would not be sleeping down here tonight.
Why, dude? It's a mouse.
It's a mouse? Yeah, dude. I don't want. I mean, would you want a spider in your bed? This thing is
They're almost
way
always there.
bigger than a spider.
They're almost always there.
I don't know.
And I do not want either.
Tucker,
in
I
my
do
bed.
know these cats, and these cats will make short work of.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Where are
I'm
these
gonna
cats?
definitely-
They're
all
upstairs.
Who you speak?
They're
Yeah,
all
they are
upstairs.
not doing their job. They are.
Well, they're not down here.
They're slack. These cats need to be.
All right,
fired.
all right. Well, so for anybody who's just tuning in, who literally decided to turn this podcast
I was
on
just gonna say, who the
at
fuck
an
is
hour
tuning
and
in
1
at,
minutes in.
Hey, this is a new podcast. How about I start it off at an hour in?
This is Michael Scott.
No!
That's what it is.
It is. Oh,
No,
shit,
you will not be turning into this podcast right now. I probably should switch. Oh dear God! Did I break
This whole
my fucking
podcast is
extra
going in the
iPod?
shambles.
My extra iPod is not broken, everyone. It is.
That is what's happening. Although I have to say, the last 50 minutes of it has been good.
Oh yeah, fuck, that was really bad. Thank you, Tyler, for getting this. I will definitely get that back upstairs when I find
Well,
time.
so when is the next episode of Mead and Mythology going to
I found the
come out?
mouse.
Oh, Tyler, let's leave the mouse alone for a little bit. I mean,
It's right back in the same spot.
okay, if you can get it, dude, I trust you to literally. Because Tyler, if anybody doesn't know this, if anybody's seen the movie The Exorcist, Tyler is the exorcist, but he is the mousercist. The next episode of Mead and Mythology should be next weekend if you guys want. I was planning on doing.
Quit moving, you little bitch.
I was planning on doing Loki, just because Loki does tie so much into the Thor or the Odin mythology. Oh, you got it.
He's in between the movies.
Yeah, I think you definitely need to start out with the big. I mean, you
names.
don't want
The
to.
ones
I
people wanna
couldn't even
know.
give you an example, but you know, don't give us. Don't
I'm not
start
gonna
off
go with
something
fucking
where,
the
majority-
Mayan mythology.
Yeah.
Well, and what's going to be funny, too, is I am going to get into the Christian mythology with anybody, whether anybody wants to discuss whether that's really mythology or religion
get
or anything.
Jaws in here, man. Get Jocelyn.
Zach Joslin?
Yeah,
oh, dude, I don't think he would ever agree to it. I almost guarantee, maybe.
No,
Maybe.
don't tell him you're doing a podcast. I mean, I don't know if that's proper etiquette.
No,
but
I know, I definitely-
just
I
sit
believe
down and
there
be like,
are
yo, dude, I
rules.
just had a few questions.
Oh God, get out!
Oh, that's a cute little mouse, man.
Okay.
I've got to say that mouse.
Yo,
is
Ty,
a
grab the
lot
lacrosse.
smaller.
Grab the lacrosse net. Lacrosse net. Lacrosse net. You see it? It's right on the coat hanger. Behind you. Should be behind you.
Oh, there it is.
Thank you. Sorry, man.
Well, Tyler's dealing with that. Someone's got to deal with the mouse.
Tyler's
classic,
the mouse.
classic case
He is
of a mouse in the
literally
bedroom while you're filming a podcast. You know, happens all the time.
Are the holes too big? That would be a classic
And
case.
it's back.
Oh no, it's back in the room. Oh shit.
I hit it.
Oh my god, so it's got brain damage, probably.
No, I mean,
You heard it squeak?
I didn't
In
hit
pain
it hard.
and death?
I didn't hit it hard. I pressed it, I should have said.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I believe that's how you die in a, Baylor. You get pressed to death. It's probably in the center.
I
It's
think the
probably in the
answer
center.
now is cats.
Yeah, I think we just let it be. We let the cats take care of it, and the cats will do what cats do. For anybody who's with PETA or anything otherwise, go fucking watch Planet Earth suck somebody's fucking clitoris.
Or dick,
Ooh.
if we're being...
Yeah, you know what? You can be equal.
Well,
You
yeah,
can be equal.
we're-
Why not?
we're all equal, too.
Yeah. Tyler toned us down a little bit with the lighting, but that's fine.
I was wondering how that...
Yo, so it's funny. I had Cleanest Kids here today, and all of a sudden I hear this noise. Is it gonna do it? Oh, it's not gonna actually do it. My printer started shutting on and off for some reason because they were like really pressing the button, and I think it should make a beep. I don't want to try and make it make the beep because it probably is not a good beep. It was making a beeping
Probably
noise.
not supposed to make the beep.
No, it's probably not supposed to make the beep. But, yeah, they were here fucking with that for real. Anyways, I think the next podcast should be next weekend around this time if you gentlemen are interested. I have plenty of bottles of mead. Yo, if Aurora gets it, I'm not going to be surprised. She's a bull, pit bull, which is related to a bull terrier, and bull terriers are genuinely 100% bred
She's
for...
definitely
eating
looking at something under
things.
the bed.
She'll probably get it.
Oh, she's just smelling
You
shit.
go get it.
But
You
yeah,
go
dude,
get it,
next
baby.
weekend I could be, I could be
guys
down.
are gonna- if
I
you
mean,
guys are
I
welcome.
think, what,
You guys are totally
Saturday
welcome.
is St. Patty's, so...
Well, and...
Maybe
Is
do-
it
do
the
a-
17th?
I don't know. I just know it's next weekend.
Yeah, next week, Saturday will be the 17th because it's a week from today, so...
Well, maybe
yeah.
Sunday because
Maybe
I think
Sunday.
I think I'll be occupied.
Well, and that's totally fine. Rachel will probably want to join
Maybe
us
some
too.
Irish mythology.
Yeah, I might be able to
and
do
I'll
that.
have,
Maybe we'll swing
St.
that. I
Patty's.
do have a
Yeah.
fucking whole thing about mythology that I need to finish reading.
Yeah,
so.
no.
The Celts.
Anyway, so we were talking about Klaus here is created out of spit by the gods. He's created by the Aesir and the Vanir. He's the god of wisdom and knowledge. He's sent out. Then, as he's performing all these awesome things, as he's teaching everybody all this shit, these two dwarfs named Fiala and Gala, they meet up with him and they're like, "Yo, bro, why don't you come home with us? Why don't you hang out with us for a little bit?" And he's like, "Cool. I'll come hang out with you guys." So they're walking around. They're hanging
This
out
dumb
at
bitch keeps coming back to the same spot.
the
You
hub
pick her.
because it's warm, dude. I don't think I have it. I think you had it last, dude.
Oh, I think I did take it outside. I do have it.
So he goes to their place, and they are hanging out, and he's like walking around their crib, and they're like, "You see all this cool shit we got? We got these vats over here." And he's like, "What are those vats for? What are they named?" And they're like, "Their names are Soen and Bothan. And they are vats for mead, man. We make cool ass mead here because we're dope." And he's walking around still, and he's like, "What's that kettle over there for?" And he's like, that kettle's Othrarir, which means ecstasy giver. So if you ever want to woo a girl and you're like, "My name is, what they call me under the pants is Othrarir." And she's like, "What's that mean?" Ecstasy giver.
Ecstasy giver.
Oh. No, that probably won't work. Yeah, so the kettle is named Othrarir, the vats are named Soen and Bothan, and he's like, "Oh, those are pretty interesting. So you guys make some mead?" And they're like, "You're not very intelligent. We thought you were the smartest guy ever. Why do you think we have these?" And he's like, "Well, to be totally honest, I think that you guys brought me here to slit my throat." And, oh, Tyler Crush with the fucking, yo, dude, I'm taking a picture.
Dude,
Hold.
Oh my god. Dude, put...
Oh, he's the
Put him
champion of men, goddamn! Tyler
Put him
Crush
outside.
got the mouse! He goddamn wins the Mouser Stakes Award of the fucking century 2000! All of the fucking 100 next nows that the fucking years! Tyler Crush!
And I didn't kick it. I didn't kick it.
Woo!
I picked it up. I
Woo!
picked it up by the tail and I put it right outside, and it lives to this minute.
The
A
fucking...
hawk may have got it this second, but it lived until I put
Or
it
it
outside.
might
That was
freeze
impressive.
because it's really
I've got to
close.
say, and you didn't just grab the body of the mouse, you grabbed it by the
Yo,
fucking
dude,
tail.
and it's totally fine.
Dude,
That means
I
it's
do
totally
have to
fine.
say that was not skill, that was luck. I was trying to grab it by the
Oh,
body.
I didn't think that was skillful at all. I
Wait,
totally thought
wait.
that was luck.
Silence. That was deserved. That was fucking earned. He is the goddamn king of men. I give you Tyler Austin Crush. People, cheers to that. Greatness. All right.
Yeah.
So,
what have you guys done tonight?
fucking nothing, dude.
Tyler caught
Nothing
a
at all.
mouse.
Tyler caught a goddamn
fucking
mouse by the tail
I want
with
that
an
picture, by
old
the way.
school drag, like a grabber. Like, that's what old women and old men use these things to grab things they can no longer reach. Tyler just reached a mouse on top of a fucking hub, like with a 4-inch gap behind a 40-inch TV and a bunch of bullshit that's probably covered in 1.5 inches of dust. I'm also basing everything off of my 7-inch penis. It's not. It's very small.
See, I hear a lot of women like to hear men that make jokes about their penis being small. And obviously a lot of guys make jokes about their penis being too big. But me, I've got a medium dick. It talks ghosts.
Yes! Oh, I actually like that. That's great. What? It failed to send to you? Why is that? I'll be able to airdrop it into my other phone and I'll be able to send
Whatever,
it to you.
I'll get it somehow.
It'll get it sorted out here in just a second. So, for anybody who's like sitting here and being like, God damn it, I just want to know about the fucking meat of poetry! That is all I tuned into this podcast for. I don't care about the fucking mouse. I don't care about any of your shit. I have no dialogue with you people. You're fucking annoying. Give me what I want from you. The meat of poetry, it comes from Clausier, who is from the Spittle. These two dwarves named Fiala and Gala take Clausier home after he's being dope as fuck, teaching all these people cool shit, to see the Vat Soenbothen and the Kettle Othrorir, which means ecstasy giver. And they kill that motherfucker after he's like, I'm pretty sure you guys brought me here to drain my blood and make meat out of it. And they're like, yeah, champ. And they slit his throat. They fucking exsinuate him, which I believe means drain him of blood. Completely drain his ass of blood. Yeah. Then the fucking gods come. Odin comes to their house and is like, so, heard Clausier was last seen here. Sup? And they're like...
Which has to be the most intimidating thing of all time.
But
ever.
these motherfuckers are so... These motherfuckers, to put things in perspective, are the smartest guys. So when this happens, they see Odin from a mile away.
If you follow Game of Thrones, they're a bunch of little fingers.
Dude, yes, but they're little fingers with the veracity of
Thank you on the refill.
Yeah, you're welcome. They're cool. No, they're way better than Littlefinger because they end up getting out of all their shit.
So they're smart like Littlefinger, but not shits like Littlefinger.
Yeah, exactly, because they get out of this. So, and I mean, he gets out of a lot of shit too. So that's not fair. He's a well-written character, not a well-directed / show-written character. Because in the books, he's really great. Fucking... These guys kill him. They say, oh, he hit his head. Here's his body with no blood. Have a great day, Odin. And Odin's like, that's a bummer. Ta-ta. Take care. We're taking him back. What happens here...
Me so horny, me love you long time.
He loves Clausier, and everybody loves Clausier. So they bury him.
Perfect use.
Yeah, they give him a god's burial. And the thing about the gods is they never really die. They come back eventually. So the fucking brothers, the dwarves, Fiala and Gala, they're drinking the mead. They're fucking getting so smart. They're like super cool as shit. They invite their friend who's a giant named Gitling over. They're like, dude, let's go out on a boat. How many times have I said let's go hang out on my canoe? Like, it's just a thing you fucking do, right?
Yeah,
you know?
The weather's fair.
Totally
What
fucking normal.
What could be better?
Apparently the weather...
If I'm correct, a group named The Lonely Island made a song about that.
Yo, and everybody knows about...
I'm on a boat.
And everybody knows about a fucking redneck yacht club. Roar, are you so excited, baby girl? Baby girl, why
She heard me say I'm on a boat, and that's her favorite goddamn song.
Yeah, she actually probably has never been on a boat. She is so young. I think
So
that her
that's
birthday
hilarious.
was Halloween.
She can't be more than 6 years.
6 months old. No, she's super young.
Oh, she's a pup for sure.
So anyways, they invite their bro Gitling, who's a giant. They're like, dude, we're friends with you. Let's go out on a fucking boat trip.
Which, I just have to interject real quick. The names of these dwarves totally reminds me of Tolkien's naming of the dwarves in The Hobbit. The similarity of the names, like if you go into The Hobbit and read the names,
you mean the fact that they like are kind of phonetic to a degree?
They're all very like rhyming, and it's
Yep.
like I can't remember the names of the dwarves. I've read the book twice, and like it's one of my favorite books ever.
Wait, The Hobbit or
The Hobbit.
Okay.
So like, just name what are the 2 fucking ones that eat a bunch of shit.
Bomber is one of them. He's one of the fat.
Movie?
He's one of the. I read it twice.
Yo, I suck so bad. What are the 2 from the movies?
Like the
Pippin and
Merry and Pippin.
Yeah,
Merry and Pippin.
So that's from the
Lord
trilogy,
of the
Lord of the Rings. So the
You're
Hobbit,
talking about the Hobbit. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. God damn.
It's all good.
No, you're fine. Dude, you see her? That shit, she purrs. I am gonna say this right now.
I heard it. She did.
I
purr.
think that fucking pit bulls are descendant from hyenas.
Okay, so there's Dwalin, Ballin,
Ooh, there you go.
Killy, Philly, Dory, Nori, and Ori. Then there's Oin and Gloin. Then there's Biffer, Buffer, Bofer, and Bomber. And then the leader of the group, Thorin, which is the prince that delivers the group back unto the mountain. And
okay, I've read The Hobbit twice, and the only one I can like really like recall like that is Thorin. Like,
Thorin,
that's the
of
only
course.
one.
I mean, he's the one that truly matters.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the twins in
yeah.
the movie that came out, Killy and Philly.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the book, both of them die, actually. Or it's... God damn it. Now I gotta read it again. I don't remember if they live or not, but...
No, they live.
There is a distinction between the book and the movies.
One of them dies because one of them gets injured before they're about to go to Lonely Mountain.
In the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and so in the book, that doesn't happen. Nobody gets left behind. I believe both of them die in the book.
All of this inspired.
I just need to read the book again.
It's a great book.
Because
you haven't
it's
read
been
it,
a few
read the
years.
book.
What?
I was just saying all of this inspired Candy Mountain to get that broken off.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant from
the Great Rock Candy Mountain, you mean?
Great
Rock
Candy Mountains.
Fucking hobos, man. They need
fucking
songs.
hobos. I mean, they're going somewhere. It might as well be the Big Rock Candy Mountains.
So, speaking of going somewhere, they weren't going anywhere on that boat trip. Because the weather was not fair, like I was saying to you. When you want to go on a boat trip, the weather's got to be fair. The weather was shit, and the boat turned over for a second. Well, they all got pretty much back on the boat.
Absolutely.
Which
was
I was
not
gonna
absolutely
say,
excellent.
this might as well...
Yeah, dude, that
it
just
did.
turned
That
on
definitely
Fucking
did.
ghosts.
Ghosts.
But I was
broken
gonna
mirror. I broke a
interject.
110-year-old mirror in this house at one point in my life, so
I
that's
remember
probably
that.
why it's super fucking haunted.
I remember the poltergeist face.
Yeah.
What was the punishment for breaking that mirror?
Oh, dude,
You
I
really don't
didn't
wanna
get
know.
laid until I was fucking way too old. Anyways, so like...
I was gonna say, this might as well be called Mead Mythologies and Tangents, not relating
tangents,
to either.
dude. Yeah, we've gotten on... I would say of the hour and 17 minutes we're at now, we are probably 37 minutes into genuine
Which is not actually a bad
mythology.
percentage.
That's
40 minutes of Mead, and I've
podcasters.
done too bad of math.
We're not here for math. We're
No,
here
we're
for
here
the
for
other
the
two ends.
goddamn Mead, a little bit of the mythology. So Gitling falls out, and for whatever reason, giants are a lot like. It's like giants and basketball players have a very, very similar correlation.
Well, and I feel
because
like
they can't swim.
we do need to distinguish between the common...
Ooh.
Ooh, I made a joke.
I made a joke. Was that?
Was that a tall person joke? I believe it was.
Well, Demetrius is just a horrid swimmer.
He's a bad swimmer.
Swimmer.
So, you know what's funny? I saw a homeless person out in front of the grill the other day. Francis, no less. And I was like, hey, I didn't know you said D should go and get some promotional out front. Looked exactly like him, dude. Looked exactly like him. He had a big old cardboard sign that said Jesus is the Christ. Errol told me, he was like, is that a joke? And I was like, dude, I don't
chewing your
joke
hair?
about these things.
No,
Yeah.
she just gives
She's
me a good
sniffing.
old sniff.
Oh, yeah.
She's such a good girl.
I was like, what the fuck? You just
She just
chewing
starts
your goddamn
pawing
bushel.
right at Aurora right away.
I do need a haircut.
So
Don't
Gitling...
think so. I'm not cutting it all off, but
No.
it needs to be like
Tucker.
I need a good half inch.
Tucker,
off.
at this
No,
point, all
why,
or nothing.
dude? Yeah, keep growing,
Oh no,
man.
I am, but dude, it's been like.
Why do you think I haven't
For-
shaved? I've got another 4
I
months
haven't
until I
shaved
shave.
either?
For listeners, it's
No,
Tucker's hair is how long
it's-
do you think it is?
2 inches past his collarbone, maybe 3
No,
inches.
it's like, oh, dude, it's just above.
It's about an inch away from his nipple.
Yeah,
He
it's
looks
just
like a
above the
Hanson
nipple.
brother.
Like, yeah. But
Well,
no,
I
dude,
hope
which
I'm right.
which
I
Hanson
haven't got
brother?
it trimmed in like a
I'm
year,
right.
so it needs
I
to
hope
get
I'm right.
it needs to get some
Yep.
some
Dude.
TLC.
And I guess
Yo, that long hair, man. Hanson. I
Hanson.
think that's a band. Isn't that a band?
yeah.
Well,
What, Aurora?
wait,
What?
dude? How do you know of this guy? Like, who is this guy?
Yo, how do I know of this guy? Hanson. Yo,
Hanson.
Tucker.
Dude, I thought you were referencing like the Hanson brothers from Slapshot.
Are they in Slapshot?
Yeah. Well, no. I mean,
Why did I save that image?
Dude,
God
dude,
damn it.
type
Don't
in,
save
type
it.
in. Okay, I hope the listeners out there know who I'm talking about. The Hanson brothers from Slapshot. It is a very famous movie, maybe from the 90s.
Yo, I know what Slapshot is. I don't
yeah,
think it's from
yeah.
the 90s.
I just thought like that's
It's
who
got-
you were referencing. No, there was an old.
You mean this? Right here.
Yeah. I thought that's who you were saying. I looked like
Okay. Hang on. Slapshot. When is Slapshot?
the original movie.
Fucking
was,
hell, dude. Mead and Mythology to Slapshot
Yeah,
1977. Yeah, dude, wait. I gotta actually check that back again. Slapshot, if I am right,
There was like 3 movies, like the original one, and then like 2 in the 90s.
Dude, Paul fucking Newman,
Yeah.
goddamn, one of the greatest actors of all fucking time.
The fucking
Paul
Hanson
Newman,
brothers.
if you don't like Paul Newman, turn this podcast off, probably drive into a river. I don't care about you.
Kiss my butt.
Kiss my fucking butt, dude. I don't like you at all. That's what I do to your brain. I don't like you.
I think just like 99% of the people under 18 years old do not know who.
They don't know who
Paul
Newman is.
Yeah.
No, dude, Newman's own. Yo, if you buy some tomato sauce, Newman's own every fucking time.
They
Eat
don't.
a dick.
They don't even know who.
Right? They're like
who-
the old man who makes my fucking Alfredo.
All
Dude,
I
it's
really care
Paul
when I
Newman.
get- all
He
I
raced
really care
cars.
is
He
about
was.
that
Yo, here's the.
pasta sauce.
No,
or
dude,
the
here's
vodka sauce.
Here's the reference that they'll fucking know. He was goddamn Hudson from Cars, you little bitches. He was that old car. He was the fucking old car.
That's true. Yeah.
Eat a
Hornet?
dick.
The Hornet.
I
The
think.
Hudson Hornet.
I believe
Yeah, the
he
Hudson
might have been
Hornet,
the he might have been the blue one.
The blue one was a Hudson Hornet.
The light blue one. The cool blue one.
Oh, the old racer one. Yeah.
The one that was for Dinko.
Yeah.
I don't know my Cars mythology very well. We're not doing that episode. It's goddamn Odin. Let's get back to it, gentlemen. So Gitling dies. His wife is like, and much like us right now, we're not doing that large amount of blue right here. So the fucking dwarfs were like, let's kill her. And they dropped a rock on her head, threw her in the fucking water, so she died.
Yeah.
So their sons, Certain and Bogey, are not too happy about this. Certain. It's Certain. It's not Surtur, for sure. It's Certain or Surtur. Certain.
Mm-hmm.
Something weird. It's some crazy thing I'm not great at pronouncing, and if I was Neil Gaiman, I'd fucking nail it. But I'm not him. So, he's a giant, and he goes and gets a little bit of revenge, and he's like, these two motherfuckers, they drink themselves into a stupor that we're not even going to get into tonight, although next weekend, maybe. They get really drunk, and they wake up on a boat. They're, like, in the middle of the ocean, and he's like, yeah, I wanted a bit of revenge. And they're like, fuck, man, like, we don't want to die, god damn it, no. And they're like, can we give you something? We got some cool stuff. And he's like, no, you killed my fucking parents. He's like Batmaning so hard at this point. And so he's like, drops him on a rock in the middle of the ocean, and he's like, it's low tide. I'm gonna go. High tide soon. You're gonna die. There's like a slight in the background. That's my dog doing a super tromp back to the bed.
She spun the fuck out.
She's super intense.
Oh, what's up, little girl?
So they're on this rock, high tide's coming in, and he's just watching them start to drown, and they're like, dude, come on, we'll give you the meat of poetry. And he's like, okay, but I also want, like, your flat screen, your car, this boat, and that cute dog you got. And they're like, fine, fucking take it, we just want to live, god damn it. So he picks him back up, takes him home, takes all their shit, goes back home. Time passes. He puts all of that shit that he got in this mountain named Hinipbjörg, which is a crazy name to say, Hinipbjörg.
Mm.
And then he has a daughter named Gunlot, which was gonna be my daughter's name, but instead we're doing Arya Blake.
Wait, what was it gonna be?
Gunlot.
Gunlot. Okay,
Dude, she did not.
She was...
Gunlot is Surtan's daughter,
Okay.
who guards his shit in Hinipbjörg. To be specific, she guards the meat of poetry, which is held in the vats, sown in Bothin, and the kettle Othrurir.
Okay. And then where does Arya come from?
Arya is from Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Kalina, my ever so lovely girlfriend, came up with that. She is not going to spell it like they spell it in Game of Thrones, and she wants to name it Arya Blake, which I love because it reminds me of Arya Black, which I think Castle Black, which is just Game of Thrones all over, man.
So what are the two spellings? Like, how is she not going to spell it, and then how is she going to spell it?
Tyler will help me confirm.
So Arya in the books is spelled A-R-Y-A.
She wants to spell it with an I.
A-R-I.
Instead of an A.
Y, yeah.
Oh.
In place
Why?
Neither one of those really makes sense. A-R-Y-A?
So, like, you have to really look at it
A-R-I.
as a phonetic spelling, so it's Arya.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it should be pronounced Arya.
Arya.
You know
It's
what
going to
I mean?
be Arya
It is
instead of
weird,
Arya.
and you just kind of have to take it for granted because it's in a made-up land.
Yeah.
It's in...
For sure.
Well, and
But
so in the book, it's more
an
Arya.
elementary school teacher is going to have some issues with that.
And, I mean...
Well, in the future...
Arya?
Yeah, in the future... Well, yo, it's better than...
Yeah.
Yo, that's a blessing.
Oh, God. I'm going to
We made it an hour without me sneezing.
Bless you, Tyler. I'm going to get in so much trouble for this. She wanted to name her something with a K. She's got two boys named Caden and Kyvan. Those are very similar and interesting names. They're very unique names. They're not like weird names by any means,
No.
but they're interesting.
You don't hear them every day, yeah.
You don't hear them every day. They're easy to mix up.
Shut up!
God
I know,
damn
right?
it, I hate
Fucking-
God damn it.
Where's the
You
go
think
to...
I like sneezing?
Where's the go to hell
I don't like
sound
it.
effect?
Go to hell.
Thank you.
That was not as
I know, man. What the fuck?
ferocious.
You disgust me.
I mean, that's how I feel
That was
about this
better.
fucking sound effect thing.
Falcon punch.
Falcon punch.
I have to leave now.
Dude, are you?
fucking
Do you need
problem,
to
man?
snort a fucking line of coke or something right now?
I
Like,
haven't
clog up
sneezed
the
that many
system.
times this whole past
You need
winter.
a doctor.
Well,
I
that's.
just
I feel
haven't.
like Tucker. That's just a personal problem.
Tank. So
Yeah,
not
I'd
Like for you.
No, your anger is now just jealousy to me.
You
I
remember-
really want to sneeze as much as I
You
do.
remember Froofy?
I like sneezing as much as the next guy, okay?
You remember
But-
Froofy? Froofy started sneezing that
I
much,
forget Froofy.
and he fucking started projectiling blood. So you do it enough, you're Gonzo, a Dory Hanzo.
Well, I'm just worried.
Is that
I'm just
a
gonna
Kill
make
Bill reference?
Yeah, dude, every
Yeah.
time I always get Hanzo or Dory Hanzo. So, Sutan gets all this shit. Gunlot is guarding it in Hinipbjörg. Odin decides that he wants the gods to make some cool vats before he decides to go on another wanderer's journey. He wanders to the land of the giants, and he disguises himself as Bulwarker. This is the part of the story that I'm going to be able to put my fucking iPod down for, because I know it so goddamn well. Woo! He disguises himself as Bulwarker, and he goes up to Baugi, and he's like, or he doesn't go to Baugi. He goes through the land of the giants. He asks before he goes for them to make vats, and he asks for the best auger that they have. And for the fucking uninformed, you might know this, Tucker. Tyler, you might know this too because you're a fucking smart dude. I doubt either of the dogs know this, so they're gonna learn right now. An auger is an old school name for a drill, essentially, like a handheld fucking drill,
think about what
or
people
like
use
a
for
really
ice fishing.
big drill.
Yeah.
Specifically,
it's something to drill into
it's
rocks.
meant to, like, well, more specifically, earth. If you're trying to drill a hole into earth to make a hole to put a fence pole in.
Yeah.
My dad has one for his tractor. It was instrumental in making the fucking fence line around our property this last summer.
Guess what, folks? When they were in the fucking 1800s, or not the... Wow.
Dude,
I've had a little too much
augers have
meat.
been around.
I've had a little too much meat.
I think augers have been around.
They've been around way
since-
longer than that.
No, so the eternal city, actually.
Oh, this is so bad. I'm sorry, folks.
The eternal city in
Who
China.
was that?
That was a chick on this fucking ad.
The eternal city in China, actually, like the old, it's like many pillars with a heavy fucking roof and then super intricate joining. They used very tiny augers that, like you're talking
Drills,
about,
dude.
where it was the hand-powered swivel drills.
That's what I'm
where
saying.
it was, that's what they used to put the wooden dowels and lock
for,
the
like,
fucking.
mortise.
Before we
Yep,
had
okay.
even
Exactly.
before we had even
exactly.
the idea of what a drill is, we used augers because augers is what we use, and that's the name for it.
It's
So he
basically
grabs-
just a very crude, oversized drill.
I need to look up the name. He grabs the best drill they have. It starts with an R. I think it's like the ratat or something like that. He grabs the best drill that the fucking gods have, and he also is like, and I also want your best whetstone. I want the best whetstone to sharpen the coolest shit. He takes those things. He goes. He says he's disguised as Bullworker. He's like walking through the giants. He sees all of these slaves, and they're Baugi's slaves. They're working in Baugi's fields. They've got these scythes. Rati, I believe is the name. I can't look it up.
How do you
spell
it?
I don't know how to spell it. I just looked it up, but I believe that it just came to me. I think it's
highlight it for me.
it's not here right now.
Okay.
I believe it's called
I'll do
Rati.
my best, but
I believe it's called Rati.
probably wrong.
That's the way I think Neil Gaiman's pronounced it. Anyway, so he's got this super, super dope whetstone. He goes up to all these slaves, and he's like, hey, man, your guys' scythes that you're cutting this grass with, it's a little dull. Why don't I sharpen them for you? And they're like, they literally say, why would you say our scythes are dull? Our scythes are the sharpest scythes in the world. And he's like, no. Let me fucking sharpen that for you, dude. He sharpens
Which
up
is basically how I feel.
with our knives.
Yeah.
Dude, our knives are dull. I'm gonna take them in.
Well, no, it's just
We
like
work in a kitchen. For anybody who doesn't know, we work in a fucking kitchen, and our knives were purchased.
all the chef knives
10
that
years
everybody
ago.
owns are good.
Yeah,
but the
you guys-
regular knives that are in the kitchen, don't use them.
Well, I never
I'm gonna get
used
those
them
sharpened.
for that fact.
I'm
I
gonna
just never
sharpen.
used
I'm
them.
gonna take them all to Crown, and I'm gonna sharpen them. I haven't sharpened them enough with my whetstone.
Crown is a local butcher shop that also sharpens knives on the side.
All right, so now
Shout
we're
out
gonna
to
do.
Crown sponsor this podcast.
Wait, here we go. Here we go. Wait,
You don't wanna F with me. I'm always fresh with it. I'm the best
wanna
with
F
it.
with me?
You don't wanna F with it, yeah.
Made up a pair, really. They can
all right, that was the transition to our first ad. We live in Spokane, Washington. It's a beautiful fucking place in the summertime, and pretty much any time of the year if you find a great day.
It is.
If you want to go out to somewhere great, if you want to buy something for yourself, something for a loved one, go to Crown Food. Buy them some meat, something great. If you want to buy them a gift card to somewhere, go to anywhere on Monroe. Go to the Aloha Island Grill. Go to Krausley and what is that place
I don't
that
know.
Billy owns?
Oh, his barber shop?
No, not the barber shop. Well, it's a barber. I think it's a barber
Well,
shop.
I mean, if
Krausley.
you're looking for a barbershop,
Dude,
go
I
to
suck
Brickyard
so
Barber.
bad.
Yeah.
Hang on. We're looking up what Billy owns. Go to Prohibition. Go to the High Neighbor. Go to any of the
Northwest Boulevard Mercantile is one of the
Northwest
coolest,
Boulevard Mercantile is super cool.
antique shops in town.
What else? The Hub. It's one of the best mom and pop owned shops.
Bellwether
taverns.
Brewing, they make good beer. And actually, you would probably find this interesting. They are all of their beer is all like European based. Like you don't just go there and just find like an IPA or a Pilsner. Like they've all got like all their recipes are like old traditional European style. And a lot of them are like from like the Viking age and have like actual Viking roots.
Oh well,
for
so
their
I've
beer.
been
like
to Prohibition and I've gotten their brackets and stuff.
bro. Oh yeah, okay. So,
Prohibition,
so
right?
Bellwether.
Bellwether.
But
goddamn.
that's
No,
they,
yeah,
they
that's what I
make
mean.
brackets.
That's
so
what
they
I mean.
probably
That's what I
came
mean. That's
from
what I mean.
Bellwether,
No,
yeah.
no. That's so totally what I mean.
Yeah.
It's across the street.
Yeah.
I was mixing up
But
the signs.
they make really good beer. So
Yep.
Yeah.
I
They've
need to
got
look
a
it up on
delicious beer.
Instagram.
It's the Second Breakfast,
Yeah.
which
I haven't
kind of
had it in a
leaks
long
into
time, but
some topics from before with the whole Tolkien bit. I mean, who the fuck doesn't love Second Breakfast? I love me some Second Breakfast.
Other great places. I mean, you got Rainmaker if you need to get anything printed. I know that place is a thing that I think that they print stuff. I'm pretty sure they do that.
Vessel
if you're-
Coffee Shop.
That's a cool
really
place.
I
Good,
still
really good
keep
coffee
trying to
shop.
look around for the mouse. I know it's gone though.
I'm just gonna show you guys. It's cute, right?
Yeah, pretty cute. Who is that?
Wait,
It's a
that's.
chick. It's just.
Wait, let me see the username.
You probably know her.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I think I recognize her.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna get in trouble for this part.
Uh,
Fuck me! God damn it!
Wait, no. I have no idea who the fuck this girl is.
That's probably fine. Anyways, yeah. Memorize the fucking
I
thing.
feel like
Oh,
Hold on, look at that.
You
Oh,
guys
oh.
remember?
That's Emily.
That
That's
worked
Emily
with
Russell.
us?
Yep,
Yeah,
I know that girl.
Yeah.
dude, everyone was obsessed with her. I thought I did not like her. I just thought she was weird and
Way to
fucking
just
annoying.
throw shade on a podcast.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, if she listens, whatever. If
whatever,
she's
check-
made it this far, then whatever. But
I enjoyed working with her.
I did not
she was
care.
nice.
Emily, I did not care for you. You seem kind of stuck up, snobbish, and you thought you were hot shit. I'm here to tell you, you're not.
You being a lot like
damn.
Stephen A. Smith
Yeah.
in the mornings on ESPN Radio, who I think is Stephen Asshole Smith.
I'm not.
I'm
I'm not
just
the
gonna
biggest fan of
take a
Stephen A.
moment-
either, but
He's a dick.
I'm gonna take a moment to ignore all of Rachel's messages she just sent us to Trey Salt, cause she fucking ignores half of the shit you and I send, dude.
Bombards us.
Well, she ignores so much of the shit we send. Okay, I need to find what Billy owns because I suck so bad, dude. The dude comes into my restaurant every day. He's such a champ. Kingsley and Scout.
Or
God
Scout, yeah.
damn it! If you
what is?
want
I
something
pass it
cool,
all the time. What is it?
they sell. Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
Because it looks like a dog,
They
goods
sell, dude. They sell
store
so
from the
much
outside.
stuff. Kingsley and
So now we're on to
Scout.
Mead Mythology in Spokane. For
Well,
all
this
your
is
videos.
this is the advertisement break. We're gonna take just long enough to fucking advertise what I goddamn want in Spokane. The other thing, if you want a good breakfast, go to Knight's Diner whenever the fuck they're open, because they open whenever the fuck they're conveniently open. God damn it. Same with if you want some good Chinese food, it's called New Harbor. It's on Division. Knight's Diner is on Market. They're amazing food. Tyler's
Okay.
gonna plug something right now.
No, I'm gonna plug the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Knight's Diner has been owned by the same woman since what, 1967, 1969? No, her name is Vicky. She runs it out of an old rail train carriage.
If you want a good kitchen, you have a Vicky, or you have a Rachel and a Bill in your kitchen. She's got this old guy named Bill rocking the fucking griddle like it's his goddamn God-given right. And then she had this lady named Rachel in there, who I think she had a baby recently. She is amazing. Rachel, we have a Rachel in our restaurant, and my name's Bill. I'm probably partially Satan. Rachel's pretty evil, too. But the Rachel and Bill that they have at the restaurant are fucking amazing goddamn people, and they will give you good food. Anyways, Tyler.
It's the original restaurant from the mid-60s. Everything, I'm assuming, is run as the same. Vicky runs that restaurant with an iron fist, and everything that comes off of that griddle, flat iron stove, whatever,
It's amazing.
is
Flat
goddamn golden.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Also, so I went in there one day.
I haven't been there in a while, but
It's good shit.
See,
It
and
is
that-
good stuff.
for the last
ever since I've gone there. I've only ever really gotten the
Maxi.
Well, you have to be patient
Oh.
because you have to be willing to.
No.
potentially
See,
wait
I go with
25
the
minutes for a spot.
the 2 biscuits and gravy
There you go.
and the full side of the loaded hash browns. I only make my way through 3/4 of it. It's the most beautiful breakfast for the next morning, and I love Past Tyler for that.
So also, if you want good breakfast foods and stuff, you could also hit up the My Fresh Basket. That's a great,
Yeah,
just
that is
local,
a really cool
kind
That
of
is a good
local,
one, yeah.
local oriented grocery store.
In
If
that
you want-
area too, they actually have some good.
Kendall Yards is
Kendall
really
Yards
good.
has two
Indoba
really
is
good,
a great
brunch
coffee
spots.
place. They have a great few restaurants and winery things in there. They also, I also just want to plug Donuts to Go up on North Division. It's a great donut shop if you're ever in town early and you want fucking amazing donuts. They probably sell out at 10 o'clock every day. They don't have donuts after that. You're lucky to get donuts
they make
after
the
that.
one batch and they go as long as they go.
They make their money and then they go home. They're like, I don't need you people anymore. Eat a fucking donut. At Kingsley and Sprout. Wow. At
Yeah, that was-
Kingsley.
Kingsley and Sprout!
At Ben Kingsley and fucking a Scout. No, at Kingsley and Scout, we are a concept retail and art space focused on bringing quality men's lifestyle,
May I another
clothing, and
I'm fine with the kiwi.
this is what I got right
Say,
now.
give me the kiwi if you want, but
Clothing and handcrafted goods together in one unique space. So they do really cool shit. I've got a shirt from them. It's a tank top. It's super
I've actually
light.
never been in there, and I'm
They've
going
got
to
a
go.
lot of cool shit.
I'm definitely gonna try it out.
I think they do a lot of cool stuff there. They have like certain events sometimes. They're strong. They're strong about community. Billy, honestly, Billy is one of the coolest people I
Is
fucking
his
know.
last name Kingsley or Scout?
Billy Jones. No, Billy is. I feel like I might need to edit that. But that's his Instagram and he's public, so he might want to edit his whole life if that's his thing. And I don't want to even
Demetrius
say that.
says he wants to join in.
I don't feel like I should say that because Billy is a fucking weightlifting god, man. Billy is a huge dude. I don't know if either of you follow Billy on Facebook or on Instagram. Look him up. It's Billy Jones. He is a huge dude. He is strong. He is intimidating. When he comes in my restaurant, I say, yes, I will get you your food, sir. Let me take care of that for you. And when he laughs at a customer for being extremely impatient, it's pretty funny. Send us
A shout out there.
Hey,
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Hey,
Yo,
you gotta
dude,
pay
dude.
for that, man. You gotta
Yeah,
pay
he's
for
got.
that.
He also owes me his tips for the night.
Yeah.
He's
So
gonna split that
Demetrius,
3
if you
ways.
want us to shout you out here on the podcast on Mythology and
Mead
on Mead and Mythology,
you're
gonna have to pay. So
Mead.
before we shout out Demetrius Watson, who was born and bred here in a good old Spokane,
He's our own beloved
Um,
jihadist.
you got to pay for it.
He's
so
white.
Demetrius, until
We
that
should
time,
clarify
we're not
that.
going to talk about you.
We
We're
should
not going to
clarify
mention
that.
you.
He doesn't act it.
So that's me not shouting out Demetrius. Right
Anyways. So, oh wow. Yeah, we're in the ad segment. I also feel like I should add my friends at 5 Mile Glass who do good work. I want that cabinet that they have. I'm looking at the one that I have right now. I doubt he'll ever listen. I doubt anyone from there will ever listen. But good God, I want that cabinet because, gentlemen, watch this. Captain America and the Soviet Superman are about
It
to
did clap
shake
on.
hands.
It was a clap on,
The
clap
Cold
off, and
War
it did
can
clap
end,
on.
people. I'm telling you, there is peace in our time. Let's have it now. Give me that second cabinet so I can put up my Star Wars Black Series and Stan Lee, even though he's a shyster. I also know if you gentlemen notice this, I have a fucking customized by myself Luke Cage action figure. It looks beautiful.
Wait, what is 5 Mile Glass doing with their cabinet?
I don't know.
Why
I've called them
can't
every
you have
day.
it?
I call them every day. I should look at my email to see
Is
if I
it
have an
just for
email
sale
back.
or is it in use? Are they displaying something with it?
No, dude, it's empty in their lobby. I want it so bad.
There's only one thing that I would like to see on this Luke Cage model that you have.
What?
And that's little tiny burn marks.
I'm gonna get him a hoodie, and I could put in.
No. God damn it! I take that back. Not a burnt up little t-shirt. The shot up hoodie.
So I'm getting him a black hoodie. I
And
need
all
to
you
get him a
need-
new. So I want to get him a new head because he's got the afro, but I'm also gonna throw it at Remember in the scene when he comes out of the jail and he's got the afro?
Also,
Also,
there's bits of Luke Cage
where he's got a hair.
yeah.
But also, so Luke Cage originally has an afro. To everybody who doesn't know, I collect action figures. I'm really into Mezco. I bought myself some fabric pieces, and I have a, he put his butt on the front.
I don't know what to say.
He put his butt on the front, then he gets nothing. Then he gets nothing. Record me. Record me.
What did you...
He said I don't know what to say,
Yeah,
so I'm
said,
telling him
I
to
don't know
record
what
me.
to say.
Are you there? You get nothing. We're recording you now.
Hold on. Okay.
You get nothing. We're recording you now and you get nothing. There's nothing for you. Tucker, do you need anything to say? Do you have anything to say? Luke has something to say.
His butt's on the
Oh,
front.
sweet Christmas! You get nothing, and
His
my butt's in the
butt is on
front,
the
and his
front.
crotch is in the back.
Front
What is
butt.
this? Front butt? Okay. So yeah, I collect Mezcos, I collect Marvel Legends. I'm out of the Marvel Legends game for the most part, but I do have a repurposed wrestling figure that I put a yellow t-shirt on. I'm going to put a hoodie on it. Tucker has put his fucking butt on the front, dude. And
Man,
that is
a look of consternation.
dude, that is some funny.
Right there.
That is some funny. If you don't understand butt on the front, buy a goddamn $10 action figure and put its butt on the front.
Put his butt on the front.
Oh,
We are off the rails, man.
One of my future people that will depend on me is kissing on the people that will.
So this is a good
Oh.
podcast for people for people in the future who may start listening to it who don't know you or our friend group. Good for them to get to know you, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, this is gonna be, and I think this is probably a relevant, Tyler. A relatively frequent crew. I feel like you two will probably
Be a recurring guest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody wants to know this. I've known Tucker since I was about 5. You've been in the 9 Mile District.
We've known each other, but we
haven't been friends,
Yeah, exactly.
quote unquote, but we
Yeah,
haven't
but
been
we-
enemies.
But we've lived,
Yeah.
within a mile of each
Oh,
other
dude.
since.
We live within
Yeah.
probably within walking distance for sure.
Oh yeah, easily walking distance.
I was planning on walking here tonight, actually.
Me and Tyler used to be bitter rivals, and then we were good friends, and now we're friends. No, we're actually extremely good friends, and all of us are good friends.
Yeah.
We've known each other for a long time, and we will have a lot more of the people that we know, and a lot more fun people on here. Not saying that we're not all fun, but it's gonna be.
It's just work schedules, man. They're a bitch. We're gonna get everybody in here. It's just gonna take time.
It's gonna take a lot of
Yeah,
time.
you could do something about that.
Whoa! No, I can't. I can't.
No, it's not this man.
No, it's not, and it's got nothing to do with me. When all of a sudden, fucking certain people want to, and I'm not gonna name names, but I'm gonna name letters. D. Calls in sick every other fucking day.
He actually got pneumonia.
I know he got pneumonia. How do you get pneumonia, Tyler?
Oh shit. I'll take care.
We all get.
How do you don't take care of yourself? You don't fucking tell me we all get pneumonia.
No.
Wait,
we
was
know
he actually
doesn't take care of
diagnosed
himself.
with pneumonia?
Yeah, he was actually
No,
diagnosed
he
with
went
pneumonia.
into urgent care.
Man,
he got
he's-
diagnosed
Do you
with pneumonia.
realize
He
how
just ran out of antibiotics today. Like like pneumonia just broke today. He's feeling better today.
he's gonna
Today
get
was
so
his first day back.
he's gonna get so
and
butthurt
see,
about
that's
this
the thing. He
podcast.
just
Call
went
him, man.
back to his bad habits.
Smoking.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who the hell doesn't? I did.
Yeah. Well,
I get bronchitis every single year.
I bet
and
you I have dry fucking sockets because I just smoked all the way through my goddamn wisdom tooth. So.
Who needs us to focus? Who needs us to focus?
Wait, one more time.
Who needs us to focus?
Okay, so everybody needs to know that is D. That is all of our friend. He is probably the tallest friend we all have. He's a great guy.
Definitely.
He's super fucking funny.
And he just yelled that out at work. They're
Might have been customers in the lobby.
yeah,
I'll
no,
look it
they're
up
still
right
open
now.
right now.
I'll look it up right now. If there's customers in the lobby, that's funny as shit. In the words of his mother, he lives a bohemian lifestyle. He's a great guy. I love him to death. We all love him to death. He's just a funny fucking guy. He's super funny to be around. He's not nearly as goofy as he acts sometimes, but he definitely also is, so. Nope, there's nobody there.
He's got a serious side to him.
He's got a somewhat serious side to
If
him.
you want to have a deep conversation with D, he'll have one with you.
Oh, he's one of the more
Yeah.
intelligent people that I know, but
Yeah,
he's...
He also acts really dumb sometimes, so that's just to be said. Anyways, let me see if there's gonna be a fucking ad on this goddamn thing.
But on the front, dude.
Oh, no, sweet.
But on
Fuck
the
yes,
front.
dude. Okay, so yeah, if you're cool as fuck... Yeah, by the way,
It's just
this
that
is...
easy.
Let me... Oh, fuck.
Look how far back he's leaning.
Coming from the bottom, moving straight to the top. Coming with the Buddha for the number one spot. Pushing my back, I can push you on the block. Holding my ground, so I'm
Alright, we're done with the ads. We're done with the fun stuff. We're going back into the Mead and mythology of it. I'm pretty sure... Where the fuck were we? We were
off the rails.
We were off the rails. I
We're-
think we were just getting
This train
into...
is-
We were just getting into what Odin does after he gets to Baugi's farm. Hell, he's part of the Black Panther, so... Here, I'm gonna put that back up.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
Distracting.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, keep
yeah.
distracting.
Good.
So he gets to Baugi's farm, and he's making fun of all of his workers, and he's like, you guys need to sharpen up your shit. So he has them all sharpen their scythes, and they're working a lot better, and he's like, alright, I got a competition for you idiots. If you want my stone to sharpen your scythes, y'all need to stand in this really tight ball. Like, y'all need to stand together as close as you can with your scythes in your hands. And they're like, shit, bro, we can't get any closer together, otherwise we'll fucking poke ourselves with these super sharp scythes. Yeah, so he's like, true. Tosses the stone in the center of them. They all lose their shit and rush towards the stone, simultaneously decapitating the person next to them. So 8 of his giant bros, Baugi's giant slaves, all get decapitated. I shouldn't say bros. They were slaves. They all get decapitated. Baugi knocks on... not Baugi. Bolverker, who is Odin, knocks on Baugi's door and is like, hey, bro, I would like some lodging for the night. And Baugi's like, yeah, I can do that. I'm pretty bummed because, you see, all of my slaves are dead. And I'm gonna be broke next summer because I got nobody to tend my fields. And Bolverker's like, well, my name's Bolverker, which means I'm kind of a shitty dude and I can't do my shit well. However, that being said, you want to top off?
I would appreciate that.
That being said, I will work for you if you just let me kind of chill here for a little bit, man. And Baugi's like, fuck to the yes, mate. And so Baugi and
Take
Bolverker,
half a glass.
cool. Baugi and Bolverker kind of get a somewhat tenuous relationship together
You are a huge nerd.
because Baugi doesn't realize that Bolverker is pulling a fucking huge deal. Man.
Oh, that's stronger than
Yeah,
the other
my stuff is always way stronger than you expect.
See, I was telling my dad about that.
Especially when you've been sipping on like really nice, like sweet, not harsh stuff. Then that's like I might be hardy.
And they say Honeywood Farms. What they really mean is pure honey.
Pretty,
taste.
yeah, dude, it's great stuff.
It's
Whereas
delicious.
mine is like an alcoholic fat man just dancing on you with like random bottles of fucking rubbing alcohol.
Kool-Aid.
What it
Just
what
all
it reminds
being
me
just-
of
Yeah,
is
dude.
from Trailer Park Boys, Dirty
Swag
Man's
or whatever, the swish,
Swish.
swill, I think is
Swish.
what
I think it was. He's on the swish.
Anyway, so Bolverker works harder than fucking 20 men. So he does more work than even Baugi's 8 men would do. And so Baugi is like turned on a little bit, dude. He's like, holy fucking titties, man.
Shut up.
I can't even believe that you did that much work. Like, I'm so impressed with you. Whatever you want, I'm your man. And Bolverker's like, even where I'm from, we've heard tales of the mead of poetry. I just want a sip, mate. Could you get your brother to give me a sip?
Connor was in Deep Creek today.
Nice, that's a great view.
Yeah, no,
Yo,
no,
I
no.
need to go there soon because you know what? It's raging.
Yeah,
It's
about that time
raging,
now.
dude.
It's
No,
like
for
now
real.
until the end of May is like the best time to go for sure.
It's raging at Deep Creek. We got another ad real quick. If you ever just want to fucking get out, if you're ever stressed because life sucks, or, you know, you got a few bills to pay, you know it's free? Walking through the national park. You know it's really fucking cheap? Paying $30 to let yourself park at the national park.
Get a Discovery Pass.
Get a Discovery Pass, dude. Just do that for yourself.
You head out to 9 Mile
our state
Falls.
parks, but you can buy what's called like
Ooh, Tucker's gonna give you some fucking knowledge.
I'm
gonna be butchering it up, but it's called something like just like it's pretty simple. It's called like the Parks Pass, but you pay like $80, and that allows you into any national park.
This is a thing
Throughout. I mean, like, in any part of the country.
Like the continuous
for
US.
a year,
Mm-hmm.
for a year. But, so that's like $80. It might be $100 or $120, but it's not outrageous. But it's like $35 to $50 for a day. For a single day's interest. So it's like you pay...
If you're going to those parks, yes.
So you pay double at most, and then you get to go into all of them all year long.
And this includes the state parks? Does this include the state parks?
No, it's just simply so like if you're gonna be going to Yellowstone Glacier,
well, it's
Olympic,
still a good deal.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's still an incredible deal.
But
it's a better deal than otherwise.
So
Yes.
so let's say your all around investment for the year is about $130. You get to go to every fucking park in the goddamn US of A.
And it's as much as you want.
It's as much as you want all year. You know what?
Bike, whatever.
You can do whatever you want. You can learn about nature. All of the theme parks in the world are great. SeaWorld is a terrible sham. Don't ever go to SeaWorld. I'm going to tell you right now. SeaWorld is a bad place.
People should know about that.
SeaWorld is bad, dude. Watch Blackfish. If you don't know SeaWorld, you're a fucking idiot.
I haven't watched Blackfish.
Don't watch it. Actually, if you know about SeaWorld,
I know.
If you know enough about SeaWorld and you haven't
really
seen Blackfish, you don't need to see Blackfish because you're going to cry several times. It's so hard to see.
I was just in Arizona and they
I don't need to watch an hour and a half documentary about
Do they
that.
have a
They've
fucking...
got an aquarium in Arizona. Like,
wait. Is it an aquarium or is it like a theme
It's
park?
an aquarium, but they've got dolphins. Like, they had advertisements for dolphins. And
see, and that's where I get really tough because especially in Arizona, why do you have it?
Yeah,
why do you have it?
Like,
put them in the fucking... Put somewhere near the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, and that's...
a little...
I've been down to Mexico a few times. They had dolphins in a resort type.
Dude, I've been to SeaWorld.
They were still in the.
I've been to the Devil's
Den. They were in
Den.
the ocean. They
I
may have
pet
been
the
roped
dolphins.
off like in a big. It was a very big inlet. They were not wanting for. Okay, so not that they weren't wanting for space. They need much more space than what I think they need.
But that's the thing.
I will admit to that.
But that's the thing. Okay, here's perspective. This is the aquarium at SeaWorld. This is where Anywhere keeps their dolphins.
It's about an inch circle. For those
This
who can't see.
this is their parking lot. It's like
it's 3 feet.
Like, and that's not an exaggeration. The amount that these companies contribute to what they want in revenue versus how they care for the animals proves that they are not a sanctuary for the animals. They are not for the animals.
Yeah.
They are for profit every
profit.
single time. And especially in the case of killer whales and dolphins, those are sentient beings. And I would even say, I mean, not sentient beings. They are extremely hyper-intelligent beings with language and all sorts of crazy shit. Probably their own goddamn mythology. But
I wouldn't doubt they have religions.
Anyways,
a religion.
Super.
That's a little out there.
It's a little out there.
Well,
super tangent for this
are
ad.
Like the most intelligent beings.
They are super intelligent.
Like,
and you know what?
Yeah.
You know what they really did? You know what dolphins really did?
People, yeah.
They fucked Hank Hill. That's a fact. That's an episode.
From
King of the Hill.
Yeah.
I have a cat named Peggy. She's adorable. She's great. I'm going to put all 3 of my cats down here tonight, and they will murder the mouse from earlier.
I got him out.
Oh, goddamn! Oh, too much mythology in this Mead podcast.
At our previous, I think it was around like the hour 20 mark, we said there was about 35 minutes of,
actual mythology?
No, of not rambling, but what there's
tangents.
Of tangents. I think we are definitely nearing the 50,
full hour
50.
mark. Yeah, well, we're
this
at the
last
2
hour has
we're
been
at the 2 hour mark.
tangents.
Yeah,
we're
and I've been trying to
rounding
tell
it off.
just one story, and I've only gotten about
I couldn't tell
halfway
you
through
anything about the story that we
the
have
Mead
been.
and mythology.
No, I could not tell you. A
So
single
I
thing.
feel like we should
There was an
almost
auger.
just scrap it.
No.
Yeah.
I'll quick it really
Yeah.
quick. Okay, so
Give
we
us
got
the Reader's Digest version of it. Real
this
quick.
is Cliff Notes. We got Spittle to Classier. We got Classier to the brothers that are the dwarves, Fiala and Gala. They slit his throat. They drain his blood. They turn it into the mead of mythology in the vats, Soen and Bothen, and the kettle Othrarir, which means the ecstasy giver. They take the dude Gitling, which is a giant, on a boat trip. He dies. They kill his wife because she's like, wah, and they're like, dude, no. So they smash her head with a rock.
Side note. My dad and I bought a few steers to
This is
slaughter.
the side note. But on the side note,
Another
Tyler,
tangent.
I got it
They're
curved
going
this time.
wild. We're about to kill them. Side note.
Anybody who
goes
enjoyed
20
that
minutes,
side note,
yeah.
it's totally ended because it's gone now. Anyways,
I'm
so
being too loud. They're annoying.
Gitling and his wife
Side
are
note,
dead.
Interesting.
But it's
Not
gone.
needed.
It's
Not
it,
interesting,
like
though.
okay,
Interesting, though.
like
Very
like
interesting.
Gitling and his wife. It's
I want
dead.
some of that meat.
It's totally
I
dead.
want
Certain, Certain or Certain. I can't pronounce these names, dude.
It's so
I'm no
subjective.
Neil Gaiman.
Fucking
It's so
Europeans,
subjective,
man.
and he's taking a guess.
Yeah, he's totally taking a guess. So he gets revenge. He takes those dudes out. He makes them give him a bunch of their shit. The shit they include to give him is the mead of mythology. Or mead of mythology. The mead of poetry.
Mhm.
We're drinking the mead of mythology. Anyways. So, Hinnipjörg is the mountain that he keeps said mead in with his daughter Gunlot. Baugi is his brother. Odin has killed all of Baugi's slaves and worked so hard that Baugi is like about Bolverker, who Odin is disguised as, right?
Mhm.
So Bolverker Odin tells him like, I want your mead, dude. I want some of that mead. You totally have access to it, man. Just give me a little sip, man.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, it is my mead too. I'm gonna go and get some. So they go to that dude, his brother, Baugi's brother, and they're like, man, can I just have a sip? And he's like, no, fuck off. It's mine. And he's like, but it was our brother's, man. And he's like, no, it's a no.
Oh, Stella, you're all right.
So he tells him no. And then Baugi's like, meh. And he walks away. And Bolverker's like, yo, dude, you know the mountain that it's in, right? And he's like, yeah, Hinnipjörg. Everybody fucking knows Hinnipjörg, you dummy. We're in Jotunheim. You're a giant. You know what Hinnipjörg is.
Yeah.
So they go to Hinnipjörg, and he's like, dude, I got this auger. You wanna try drilling into it? And Baugi's like, duh, I wanna try drilling into it. My brother was being such a fucking cunt back there. Why do you think I don't wanna try drilling into it?
Yeah.
And Bolverker's like, yeah, dude, he was being a cunt. Just try drilling into it a little bit.
Mhm.
So he tries drilling into it a little bit with this super dope fucking drill named Ratty. And it goes in a little bit, but it doesn't get very far. And Bolverker's like, and the shit blows back, so he knows it's not all the way through. And he's like, you know, we're almost through, but you gotta keep going, man. Just go a little bit further. I think we're almost there. So it drills a little bit more. Baugi drills a little bit more. And Bolverker, it's Odin, he sits behind him and he's like, yeah, just keep doing that. He gets all the way through and he's like, good job, pull it out. Turns into a snake, bites Baugi really quick, jumps into the fucking hole. Baugi tries to stab him and is like, God damn it. Fucking Odin's gone. Odin's in the hole. Odin's like, peace, bitch. Baugi's sitting there and he's like at the edge of the fucking mountain. He's like, well, I could go and tell my brother right now. Or I could not, and then I wouldn't get my ass kicked. So I'm not. And I'm not going to get my ass kicked. I'm going to go home. So he, right on home, goes home. And then, fucking Bolverker, Odin, is just, he turns himself into a sexy giant. He's like, he's like the fucking Val Kilmer. Whoa. I just fucked
Val
myself
Kilmer.
up.
Val Kilmer's
he was
long-lost
sexy.
cousin.
He was sexy. Who am I thinking of? Kurt Russell.
Iceman. dude.
Kurt Russell?
Well, I was referencing Top Gun. Val Kilmer.
Okay.
Iceman.
Truth. Yeah. No, but Kurt Russell. I always get Val Kilmer and Kurt Russell
Kurt
mixed
Russell's
up.
yeah, great
Kurt
guy.
Russell? Am I thinking? No, I'm not thinking of Kurt Russell.
Who-
Captain Ron. Am I thinking of Kurt
Captain-
Russell?
Oh, yeah, I
From
think
what?
you are.
Is
No,
it Kurt
from
Russell?
the movie Captain Ron?
Oh, I do not know of this movie.
If it's not Kurt Russell, I'm gonna feel so bad. It's not Kurt Russell. I already know.
His name's probably Kurt Von something.
No. Oh, it's Kurt Russell. Okay, I think.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, Kurt Russell, Martin Short.
Thank God.
That's gotta be
It
it.
was an extreme moment of...
Woo! Man, I was thinking. Nobody. It doesn't matter. Okay, Kurt Russell. So he turns himself into a giant Kurt Russell, and he walks up to Gunlot, who's in the fucking in Hinnipjorg, which is Sutun's mountain, and he's like, and Gunlot's like, well, I've never really fucked before, but I'm supposed to kill you, so and we're not gonna fuck, but I'm supposed to kill you. And he's like, whoa. I know you're supposed to kill me. I'm here not for that mead, not for that glorious fucking mead of knowledge that I crave so bad that I know everything about that came from the dude that I made. I'm here for you, Gunlot. I'm here to fuck the shit out of you because you're so hot, Gunlot. Gunlot, I want you. Gunlot, I just wanted to see how pretty you are. Strike me down now. Because I'm so unworthy of how fucking glorious and great you are, Gunlot. And she's like, you know I'm supposed to protect this. I'm supposed to protect the mead. And he's like, I don't care about the mead. I don't care about the mead. I'm here to fuck you. I want to fuck you. Gunlot, I don't care about the mead. I want to fuck you 3 times hard. So he fucks her so many times, and each time after he fucks her, he's like, God, Gunlot, my balls hurt. You were so good, dude. You were so good. You are so hot. I fucking love boning you, Gunlot. I can't even describe. I wish I could describe. I wish I was better. I wish I was more poetic. I honestly wish I was more poetic, Gunlot. I honestly wish I was, cooler. And I wish I could say things better. But you know what? Let's fuck again. So they fuck again. And after he fucks, he's like, Gunlot! You're so pretty. You're so hot. Let me light some candles. Let me make you a soup. Let me buy you flowers. Can I meet your mom? How is your grandmother? I met her last week. What are you doing this weekend? How is work? He's fucking talking the shit out of her. And he's like, let's fuck again. I don't care about the meat of poetry. It'd be cool if I had a sip so that way I could write you a song, because you're really cool. But you know what? I'm just going to keep doing this cool shit. And so he fucks her a few more times. And then he's sobbing. He's crying in her arms. And he's like, Gunlot, give me 1 sip. Please. 1 sip of that mead. Because then I could write you a song. I know fucking is great. Fucking is fun. But if I wrote you a song, then the world would know how great you are. Right? So she's like, dude, 1 sip's not gonna hurt. You fucked my pussy raw. This is great. This relationship does me good.
Kiss my butt.
You've done that plenty. So she gives him 1 sip and he's like, ooh, this is pretty good. I'm just gonna, that wasn't even hardly a sip.
no.
This is
That's all
my
downhill.
sip. This is my real sip. And we both know, because we had Mrs. Motherfucking Pamonte as our kindergarten teacher.
Mm-hmm.
If you give a mouse a cookie, or if you give a moose a muffin, you might as well bend over and open your gaping asshole. Because you're getting fucked. You're getting fucked. You're getting fucked. So, she got pretty fucked because he drank all the mead, dude. He was downed it.
I think giving a moose a muffin is way
You
better.
never give a moose a muffin.
Is way better than giving a mouse a cookie. Oh my god! All 7 days of the week. I've never heard
It's
that.
the phonetics, dude. It's totally phonetics.
Yeah.
Well, Give a Mouse a Cookie was the sequel. I'm not even exaggerating. That was totally the sequel. Anyways,
Me so horny, me love you long time.
and he loved her a long time, but he loved that mead harder. He drank all the fucking mead from Soen, Bothen, and Othrarir. And he's like, peace, bitch. Flies out of fucking Hinnipjorg as an eagle. And Surtan is sitting in his throne, and he's like, something's wrong. Something's wrong! Turns into a bigger eagle, flies after his ass, and is like, Odin! Like, right on his balls, dude. Like, following him so hard, man. Following him just right at the fucking sphincter. Literally, face to sphincter. Odin is at the door of Asgard, and Thor's like, we got those vats done just in time. Think he's coming. Odin flies through the door, but just before he's, like, right at the door, fucking Surtan is about to grab him. So Odin takes a fucking second to right in his fucking face, and that's the bad meat of poetry. If you are a poet and you're really shitty, you've drank that meat of poetry. If you are a good poet and you've drank the good meat of poetry. To put it perfectly, Kanye drank a mixture. Common drank the good meat of poetry. Drake drank the fucking meat of poetry, and he can't really do good. So, all I'm trying to really say is,
shout out to Common.
Dude, Common all fucking day, dude, all day. Fucking Surtan gets blasted in the face by this nasty fart, and Odin laughs. Odin gets away. Odin then regurgitates all the meat of poetry into these vats, and the gods have the meat of poetry, and from then on, Odin literally is the biggest fucking shyster, the ultimate fuckboy. He fucked a girl for her daddy's fucking booze, dude. So yeah, I think ultimately Odin's the fuckboy. He also tricks Fenrir the wolf into getting tied up, and gives up his son Tyr's hand in the process. At the end of it all, Fenrir would have been his friend. Instead, he eats the sun, the moon, and then kills Odin as Odin kills him. And Ragnarok. Like, that's part of Ragnarok. Odin kills his son Loki, like I said earlier, just on suspicion. Not his son. I fucked that up. His cousin. Kills Loki on suspicion. More or less kills Loki. Ties him up. Poisons him. Thinks he kills him. His wife saves him. And in the end, this is for the next podcast, but Loki and Heimdall fight in seal form at Ragnarok's end, which is pretty epic. Just a quick side note, there's another story I heard of these twins that
two sets of twins.
Yeah, they were brothers. They got they were royalty. They got brought up. It's kind of like a Romulus and Remus story. Romulus and Remus. I think that's right. Romulus and Remus.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're on.
The Roman founders.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a story of them, but instead of like one killing the other in the end, Odin comes in play, and he gets hung by the bad one, the evil one, and he gets hung for like 9 days again, and he's just getting fucked up the whole time. At the end of it, he's like, you know why I haven't died yet, right? You've lit me on fire like this whole time. You've killed me a bunch of times, but I'm still not dead. I'm fucking Odin. Pulls out his god form, kills that guy, ascends the other brother who was thrown out and like cast off, ascends him into fucking royalty. So Odin ultimately, I think, just down to the core of it, he has foresight. He can see into the future. He knows what's going to happen. He knows when to fuck with things, ultimately, but he also doesn't see certain things. Like, it's just certain things that he can't see. He can't see things around his own self. He can't see things around his own end. He can't see things around, like, Baldur. He doesn't know how Baldur's gonna die. He doesn't know why Baldur's gonna die. He doesn't know the end of Baldur or anything like that. Even though all these things that he has are connected to him. But in the end of it, like, he doesn't necessarily... I mean, I'm not gonna say he sees that the fucking builder is the giant. But he can't not know that that's a giant. Dude, he's half giant. He has to know what a fucking giant is, even in a hidden form. He is the master of all wizards, essentially. He is like the smartest motherfucker. He is so wise. He has further vision in his one eye than anyone ever would have in both of their eyes. So there's no way that he doesn't see that fucking guy. And in the end, I think that, yeah, he's just a shyster. He's more of a shyster than Odin or Loki or any of the giants or anybody else or any of the elves or anything like that.
Yeah.
Odin.
Mm-hmm.
And here I thought Loki was the
Shyster.
shyster bastard, but
He's pretty shiesty too, but
well, it runs in the family, right? Loki had
Right.
to have.
he's one of the cousins,
So-
that's for sure. Yeah, we're at
We made a
213
good
now.
Yeah.
This is a good chunk.
That's a good podcast. If you're going on if you're in the marathon, this is a good podcast to listen to.
Yeah, we made good time.
Pace yourself.
I was
against,
gonna say, I feel like
this
we should call
podcast.
it quits here.
Yeah, I'm gonna outro us out, and then
Well,
that's gonna be
until
good.
next time.
So I've been Bill Keegan,
Tucker Fitzpatrick.
Tyler Crush.
and then we have 2 dogs here and a fucking mouse that has been mouser-sized.
Relocated
Some good
outside.
mead. Again, I just want to give a shout out to Kingsley and Krause.
It's still the mouse is still alive. I didn't kill it.
Kingsley
Again, I
and
want to
Krause.
say it.
Why do I say Kingsley and Krause every time?
I think
Kingsley
you
and
should-
Scout.
Kingsley and Scout, maybe consider a
Changing that name a little bit. Billy's gonna beat me up, dude. Billy's gonna beat me up after this. Kingsley and Scout, Aloha Island Grill, Crown Foods, Knight's Diner, Donuts to Go, Shop Spokane, Shop Local. If you live in a fucking city and you know of a place, tell all of your friends about it. Be local. Support local podcasts. Support podcasts in general. Listen to things. If you're doing laundry and you feel bored, listen to how stuff works. Listen to how stuff's made.
Great one.
Listen to fucking the last podcast on the left. Listen to thousands or dozens or
Handsome
many-
Ramblers. One I
Handsome
love.
Ramblers, great, dude. So many good podcasts
Always
out
support that Hannibal.
Support great podcasts. We are going out.
Coming from the bottom, moving straight
Wait,
to the top.
wait, come on.
It is supposed to change, but that's all good. This is good too.
Yeah, it's been changing.
I like this too.
All right, take care, guys.